We had a small sniff power that everything was running on. So we have it running to 100%. It's at 98 degrees, which is right here on the degrees. We have the pump. And the pump is actually off, but we have but it's on? All right, are you on? So we're at Buffalo Brew Shop. Target temp up to 91. All right. There. So once again, there we go. Measure out 3 grams of here calls to add some, and that's from brewing water. Driving the pH down to low. This is Up to 0.7 grams. Oop, 2.9. We'll push this. What's going to happen is when we then put this and then put this down so that we get that amount of water to recirculate. But so we don't accidentally Now, I'm going to put the lid back on just while we're heating the strike water. We're up at 109. We see that the my face shot, because that's we're at 110, going up to that's where we are. Audio-wise, yeah. out of the pipe. It might be different. Alright, so even if the sound is terrible, I'm recording the sound direct so that I can take the video afterwards and put it right over the top. And while we're heating it up, we'll get some shots of the Grainfather itself. I'm too afraid to touch anything to go into the program and show you what it's like on the computer. Too afraid, I don't want to touch anything. Everything will be cleaned up and done in the next 4 convinced of it. In an hour boil.
I had to get something anyways. I'm like, well, that's a good day. Very cool. Literally, got all their somewhere coconut. What's that?
Try.
It's probably the biggest con of them is just in the United States not being able to pull in enough power. Past here.
In the US is the 110, but
Yeah. Yeah, we have to. Yep. Pipe. So yeah. Except the bag is the malt pipe.
Gotcha. Oh, nice. 3-barrel versions of these online and stuff, like with cranes, you know,
Yeah.
winches and everything. Larger batches, so I just put like a winch. The juice and then pump it into as it should be. Facebook is,
okay,
yeah,
alright.
like
Because when I
Facebook
looked
recipes
before,
are.
I was like, because it kind of said 95.
The sparred water, or the 4 gallons of strike water.
Fixers is from,
No, this is
I'm like, okay, that's like
She can come and see the dog. She probably had that puppy up there.
Alright, the CPU is pretty low as long as I actually get rid of the program. which is good.
Sorry, Thursday's good.
Yeah, we're open Thursday, so that's definitely what we're doing.
Do you remember?
What's your dog's name again? The dog's name again?
Come around here. Just watch.
Even so shaky.
Tail wagging.
The Gabby's worse than Patch. So, like, once you make friends, then you're not like. Once you got over once, yeah.
Yeah.
Never works when you want
Alright.
Chocolate milk stout? Is that what it is? Or
It's
coffee?
a coffee. It's there's no actual coffee in it.
It's got lactose then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Milk going in
Milk
there.
going.
And the black cabins and
It's good for stuff. That's right.
My son just got a puppy.
alright, we're three.
Wine. I usually made a can.
It's funny because my
Yeah.
You're the brewers.
The mead man.
That's good.
For now.
That's all, I had to come up here anyway, so I figured it was a good time to look.
All right.
Sorry.
Single cut this very little.
Okay.
I've never had a bag like this.
No, me neither.
Yeah?
Me neither. That's an interesting.
Very light.
All right, so I'm currently just on Facebook, and I want to see if that helps, or just on YouTube. The sound keeps dropping
So,
out.
do you work for, or are you reviewing yourself from them?
Yeah, no, just reviewing it myself.
And so you figured just do a demo while you're reviewing it. Very cool.
Boom. There we go. Just do this. We're just on YouTube now. And it's much better. It's working. There's no skipping. We're blaming Facebook for all the problems. That Mark Zuckerberg.
Talking about the beer rights.
All right. So we're at 139 on the strike temp. Just because of power issues, we got a late start. So.
Got it.
But yeah, I've been brewing on it for the past 2 months. If you have any questions,
Okay.
I contacted them and said, "Hey, I want to do a review of the Grainfather. What can we do?" And they said, "Well, we can send you one, and then when you're done with it, we'll send it back." And had it for 2 months, and then
Well, that's a good amount of time to really put it through its paces.
yeah,
So what have you made on it so far?
all light German beers because I have the Pilsner malt at the house.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Kolsch, Helles. I made a session IPA
Okay.
and a
Use Pilsner malt for that?
nope.
No, good.
I was gonna say,
No,
curious.
sorry, no, that was just,
Some people do.
just out there. What happened? I had all the leftover grains in my garage. And I woke up a Sunday like, what am I gonna do? Let's see what I got. So it turned really dark.
Really
It
what?
was really dark.
Oh.
I had a bunch of extra crystal malts, like the Crystal 120.
Oh, jeepers.
I'm like, I know it's an IPA, but we'll
Experiment. Some
yeah,
more
we'll throw
barley
some
wine.
stuff in there. Special B, so it came out much more like a red ale than
I would think so.
anything. But it was still real light.
So while it's eating up, you want to give us the rundown of how it
Yeah, it is the heating and the recirculating, and that's about it. So everything else is still left to you as the brewer.
This is the new version.
Yeah, the Bluetooth Connect version. So I'm controlling it here.
I'm trying to find you on YouTube.
Oh,
My
awesome.
3G connection ain't what it needs to be.
So I'm at 141
Okay.
to the desired 151, and as soon as it hits 151, it's going to beep on here. This will vibrate and let me know. So it's been nice with the kids at the house because I'll throw this in the basement and start eating in the morning. Go upstairs, and then
That is quite nice.
yeah, one of the kids will tell me there's beeping in the basement.
And the basket is just
Go yeah. Yeah, the grain pipe in there is
to drop her in.
right there.
So what is your mash temp that you want for this one?
151.
Oh, the mash temp's in 150. But the
Yep.
strike. Oh, so your strike water is going to be at what then?
That 151. When I dump in the grains, which are right now on,
So it'll just gauge it.
and it'll
stop it. Interesting. So
it'll
just
turn
for-
off
for
the
a
heater
minute
when
or whatever.
when it gets there. Yeah.
I see.
And then I'll start the recirculating. Leave it for the hour. Again, it'll do the timer for let me know when it's done. And then the one is you still have to sparge.
So you need your sparge.
So once we start mashing, I'm going to go heat some water outside. Which at home is on the stove, and not a big deal.
So how does that?
So then you bring the grain pipe out,
Okay.
set it here, let it drain out, and then start hand sparging. Just
Oh, so
dumping in
it's-
your sparge water.
I see.
You're basically rinsing a brew in a bag.
The bag of grain.
Yeah.
Basket there.
All right.
So it just looks like there's a German, not German, yeah, maybe a German version of something like this.
Mhm.
I've seen it.
Oh, yeah,
where
the-
basket pops up.
Yeah, the Braumeister or whatever
The
it is.
Braumeister, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was thinking of like the Pico brew system, where it's more, you pop in a what would you call that? A pod,
Sure.
a recipe
Right,
pod,
yep,
and then it makes beer for you. And that's not what you want. You want to still
Something
put the recipe together. I ran the water through brewing water for this. I mean, the only thing it's doing is heating and recirculating.
Are you using regular water or do you go with RO water? And treat?
No, it's municipal water here, which is good.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Water here is good.
It's good for dark beers like this. I'm doing a stout today. But
What kind of
the cat chocolate milk are still dried too far down, so I added some baking soda or some potassium bicarbonate.
to buffer?
Yeah, the
pH is getting too low with the.
Yep. Not too bad. I think it drove down to like 5.15,
Heavy apple 8.
5.145. What's up?
Heavy apple 8.
What is your exchangeable things? It's hot and cold and like
Yep.
for the man and cools down.
Yeah, counterflow chiller.
For my service.
Which I was surprised how well the counterflow worked.
Yeah.
So when you you don't, you put the output right back in and recirculate it for about 5 minutes. And watching it on here, it gets down to about 170.
IPA.
Yeah.
Would you have to calibrate?
You made?
No. No, and I haven't checked my dollars.
Oh, yeah.
This is
a
Robert
friend of mine did.
Oh my God, in Lewiston, you guys
The whole
go
way
to
through the
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
That was the only couple the first time we did it. We did a stout. The same idea, like all
And you
the
know,
efficiency was way off. We couldn't figure out what was with the gravity. It was calibration. And then she drew it a couple of times, and once it dialed
you
it
sit
in.
right outside the house. You can hear the music.
The efficiency's been fine.
Yeah.
I mean, between 70 and 75.
Okay.
Lots of beers on tap.
Which is easy enough to throw into the software. But I have a thermopen, and yeah, I haven't checked it yet. My thought was they're selling it like this.
This is really nice.
You look at it and everyone says it's
Simcoe.
off by a couple of degrees.
Amarillo.
We want to change it to what I want it to actually be.
Right.
But again, my thought is if they're selling it like this, I want to see what it does.
See what it does first. Sure.
And the beers have been good.
Oh, jeez.
You know, I've been learning
that
that
was
wasn't
that was a strange name, but yes, that's
What
right.
do you think of this?
It was a very
And especially with the Pilsner malt, because I wanted to change.
homebrew at the
the homebrew
So
kind.
it's got a really light taste.
That was amazing.
So I wanted to
Yeah,
change
and they
it to
wouldn't
the
let you
nice.
sample the beer unless you asked
So I
them
did a bunch of
specifically
filters
what
and
the name of the beer was.
And one of them I forced through. You know, I just
Oh, it was so bad. And they wouldn't let you. You couldn't walk up and say, "Can I have some of the triple?"
And then the
Right.
second one I actually put up in my attic.
Very
Right at the
cool.
beginning of
Not-
November.
no,
They picked up a couple cans of stuff too. I've got one. It's in,
Wow.
And then as the deep freeze came,
I get first. I'm like,
down. It
but
was nice.
You know, I was having some of the meats with Pilsner Malt or
like
Pilsner.
at first I was like,
and
wow, that's overwhelming. But
Often that's what 65.
But you know, depends on how you drink it. It's a sip, right?
And actually,
It's delicious.
a happy accident. If you
But you're not going to go.
that
You
sour
don't see
on it.
what's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be over.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember the first time I had
I'm drinking the Frank.
yeah, we have CBW
Keeping
Frank.
it light. Keeping it light.
and I just
It's a
nursed
long
it.
day.
Right?
You know.
Yeah.
My normal rule is I don't drink until boil.
Good rule.
Right? You gotta mash sober and then drink like a boil.
I like that rule. I can do that.
Yeah, except for if you have too much by the time you're getting
Right?
to it's a oxygen.
You just forget all that stuff.
Almost there. At
Thank you.
Yeah. The Two Roads, Too Juicy.
That's good too.
And we got 42 North Asylum Porter, one of my favorites. And we have,
So people
now
on
I
YouTube-
brought
Hi.
in, I made
We're at 150.
toasted marshmallow.
so we're almost there.
You made it.
I made that.
So I thought it
And
just beat
then
dummy.
yesterday when I was
But, here.
brewing bottle, there's a double.
You ready?
And it's so weird because I was bringing the toasted marshmallow port anyway. And I got something really cool.
So
that
sending
you
you
might
to
like.
the Grainfather cam here.
Port. No, this is
There's the
wine.
Grainfather cam.
Now this.
I don't know if you can
is beer.
see that. That's at 150,
Oh,
and
crazy.
the
It's so
heating
weird.
element is being slowly
I
turned
already had
down
the
so it
port
doesn't
ready to
overshoot.
go.
Oh my goodness.
And that's doing it on its own.
I'm still.
I was gonna ask,
we
is
got
that
me on the
automatic
list
too,
for
Scott?
that other
Yeah.
that we raspberry
Yeah, the heating element power is automatic. The pump, not so much.
Oh, right.
Right.
I mean, it will automatically here, but everything is controllable by here as well.
What's that? I have
John?
my dog.
All right.
Oh, baby.
The Lily is Lily Bell is over here.
Too juicy or the porter?
Hi. Sorry to be the bear.
So let's go to this view here. There we go. Because we're at 151 right now,
Which is weird.
and this is going to let me know.
That's actually gross. But I didn't see anything about what I was doing.
Your?
I just, I said, yeah, we're doing,
You're live on YouTube, so the world is watching.
That's right. The world wants to know.
and I was like,
34 minutes.
no, it's, what is it?
Oh, you gotta go.
Well, the match will be done right after that.
Muscovado sugars.
It just dropped to 150, so it must not be ready for me.
Any weird corkscrew experience with the system?
The boil is not a very vigorous pour.
Did you worry about the Pilsner malt?
I did. That's why I did so many Pilsners.
Did you get any?
I didn't.
Problems?
Not
Okay.
that, I mean, in my head I did. You know, after the first one, I'm like, there it is. But bringing it around and giving it to other people, like, what do you notice, detective? Like, nothing. Why? Are you getting any DMS out there? I'm like, no. Should I be? Like, okay, it's just me. Because I'm watching a singer, thinking this is gonna.
Oh yeah, I grind on
cabbage.
it. But you know what? That's heat was really good. That was always a big, vigorous one.
Yeah.
And his beers turned out phenomenal. Why am I wasting the gas?
That's right.
I'm not wasting gas anymore.
Well, one of the homebrew club guys on the not the session. What did I do?
Gabby doesn't want to wait.
I forgot what I was able to bring. They said this, the best beer you've made. Oh, it's a Grainfather beer, I think.
That's one of those.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was after a night of drinking. But
Wow.
And this bib was what, $8.99 now?
yeah, it was I think $9.79.
Oh really?
But yeah, it was just down.
There's a toasted marshmallow port.
I don't think I would drink a ton of it.
It was down to $7.99 for the holidays. So it does go down every once in a
goodness
while.
gracious.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
That makes more sense. Like that.
I started a new timer here.
There it goes. So does it not think it's 1:15 yet?
No, I think with the power going out on me.
Power to be on.
That's why they said they got a little bit of a late and some power.
Power on the Grainfather?
Scott blew the circuits with,
I
with
did.
this
Blew
modicum
the
of
circuits.
electronics.
Yeah. It's there's
Is it a Zoom?
Sometimes like that.
Oh, it's a test. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brew day right now. No, it should be good. So I don't know what it's waiting for.
What, you want a little extra charged battery for the test cam there?
That's it's my.
Oh, that's the wireless stuff. I'm sorry, I'm talking.
No, please. There we go. Add grain. Press
So
set.
what does it tell you on your phone?
okay.
Does
Here's
it basically just give you the warning
Okay,
that,
this
hey,
Says mash temperature reached.
Toasted
Insert assembled grain basket, then slowly add grain and mix well. Install top plate, attach recirculation pipe, and press start mash when ready.
cool.
So that's
Yes, ma'am.
there to see,
toasted marshmallow.
and we're about to do that.
Port. Double IPA.
So
Double
Cool.
marshmallow. And
it's mash time. It's empty. Perfect. Just grains.
we're Scott's.
Sorry, Scott.
All right. So what do you got here?
So we got Maris Otter, Chocolate, Crystal 80, and Black Patent.
You said you added a little bit of baking soda to whatever. sodium
Yeah,
bicarbonate.
yeah, the sodium bicarbonate. Got my big ass spoon.
How much did you add?
3 grams. Yeah, oh, wee bit. Gotta have a big ass spoon, right?
Of course. Call that a BAS.
In these parts.
These your parts.
Oh, I'm sure it's pretty good. Yeah. Oh. Oh, keepers. Oh, she's a punch on a good
Oh yeah, I know. She's pet the dog.
What's the thing to do when you're here, man? That dog's
Oh,
awesome.
the dog is so sweet. Claire fell in love with your pup last time she was here. Love that smell. Don't you love that?
Right?
Oh, that's a cooking. That's
See, these are my girls and my wife. She's blues and these with me. She's not sick.
No, my wife needs it too.
Really?
A lot of
Amy
them.
likes that.
Oh, I think
they
it's
don't like the
wonderful.
hops.
I don't
When
know
the hops
how
are
many
boiling.
guys come in. It's like, oh my
They were so happy.
And I was
when
like,
we
well,
did
well, it's hops. And I'm like, no,
outside.
it's just.
All 3 of the ladies in my
It's
group
just
couldn't
the-
be happier when I did that.
I think it just smells good.
Me too.
Right? It's
Like,
well, yeah,
love it.
no, it's
To me,
great.
it's like.
We love it.
This is such an odd nose. Is it just
Right.
No.
Is that the toasted marshmallow one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It smells like a
Caffeine.
Yeah, well, that's
Sorry.
no, that's right.
Simcoe.
Simcoe.
So those dough balls.
Absolutely. But then taste it.
But the taste is completely different.
Completely different. Actually, as it warms up a little, it's one thing.
Yeah.
I love. That's a, to me a sign of a good beer. When it warms up and it's better. No, the flavors on it.
More people here. I should have just had you guys.
It's weird.
Especially when you hear toasted marshmallows.
Yeah.
Toasted rancid marshmallows.
Right.
Yeah,
But the flavor is great.
There we
Which
go.
one are you having? Oh, you're doing the wine first.
Yeah.
Or the port, I should call the port, I'm sorry.
There's a what?
Wine?
Oh, you're the wine first.
No, down it's real thin.
It does go really.
It's out.
Blends together with the pork.
But
It is a
we have ourselves an oatmeal-looking mash here.
Isn't it nice?
Really good.
Yeah, thank you. We're gonna clean
How do you get
Got a dough ball stuck to my big ass spoon. There we go.
sugar or something? Or?
It was one of our kids.
Okay.
Yeah, and they actually, the same company came out with.
So then, people watching on YouTube and across the world,
Do you have any good pork kits in stock?
we're throwing this.
Just the regular.
So is there
but
a disadvantage to not adding your dark malts later with the Grainfather?
There we go.
Raspberry to get
Can you
same
shade that?
You know, some of your dark crystals and your white patents and your, you know, are we worried about adding bitterness, astringent, anything like that?
Yeah.
Little.
It's all produced by the same.
I wonder if we can deal with it somehow.
Exactly what happened.
Even having added that on
New
there.
words.
It's the first time I made this recipe.
Gotcha.
We'll see how it comes
I'm
out.
starting to combine words. I'm chunking information.
What made me think about
You
this
don't like
recipe?
the smell? Can you smell it?
Why did I want to do a stout?
Not liking it?
I don't even remember.
When we first started with the meter, we just
First time though. So,
What you got going here, Bar?
we're going to put the
Goes for the recirculation.
recirculation pipe here.
And it just
and start doing beer.
it doesn't matter that it's placed in one, or it's going to go down that tube there. and it's
Yeah.
great color. That's what I said.
Yep, it's going to go down through this tube. It's going to obviously go through the wort, but it's going to make sure through the grain bed.
So it's not channeling it.
Yeah, and this is going to make sure that it doesn't get stuck and overflow out the top.
And what is the max grain poundage this thing can handle?
20 pounds.
20 pounds?
No,
And you
Sure
guys-
doesn't look like it.
that's what they say. Yes, it does.
Distilling essential oils.
For distilling essential oils,
Yes,
of course.
of course.
So,
So that shouldn't be in there? No, that just goes right there?
yeah.
Oh, I see it just
For now.
So it's starting to pull through there.
So did you have to update your phone to indicate you started the next process? How does the phone know?
It's connected Bluetooth right here.
Okay, so this device told your phone what the deal is,
Yes.
as opposed to you manually doing it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And here we have
update your OS.
the recirculation, as you can see here, YouTube.
Now this is a really easy jump. It's got a little bit.
So that's just it's pulling from the bottom, putting it right back up through the top.
Yeah, perfect.
Any overflow is going to go straight down the middle. Otherwise, it's being through the
Some
through the grains.
But everything ever happened.
Neat.
Wow.
5%.
And then we'll check the gravity of that after.
And the way the sparge happens, there's no
Are you
chance for
okay?
stuff sparge, so you're just rinsing grains.
Is your hand okay?
Yep.
Basket.
Are you all right?
There should be no stuck sparges unless things get through that bottom.
Have you encountered any stuff sparges?
On this note.
In life, yes.
Yes, of course, yes.
Everybody has.
But I have a copper manifold on my mash tun, so it works really well.
And then the taste is completely different. Sorry.
No.
At the same time. Lower you'd like to use pork.
Look at that. That is dark.
Amy would, for sure.
The SRM on this beer is something like 150.
Oh,
Come on.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
How much black patent is there in the recipe?
Less than a pound.
Still, that's a lot.
So I'm gonna throw out.
Usually it's about 8 ounces for a 5-gallon batch. It's
It's
usually
about
pretty
it.
considerable.
It's about
So
it.
half a pint.
Let's see. You can look at my recipes right here. Here.
So your mash temp is
Do it
148
here
right
too.
now?
Right now it's at 148, but the heater is on at about 40%, so it's heating right at the moment.
So you're not worried about that anymore, I suppose.
No,
You could
no,
get
it's going to come
higher
right back up.
attenuation, but yeah.
It's not going to be long. Recipes. Where's this?
In the store before, I said,
Nope, full pound of black bag. 10 pounds of sugar, 0.75 crystal 80, 0.5 chocolate, and then the lactose. So I'll throw
I
a
get
little
that.
later.
I've never seen that much black pepper. Oh,
There you go. I want to show people that too, but
sure.
my CPU is so high, I'm worried. I don't want to tax my computer with doing anything else.
Gabby wasn't supposed to live with us too.
Okay, so this is the
Port. Toasted marshmallow port.
It's very odd.
Ooh.
How are you?
Toasted marshmallow port.
And if it were, it
Isn't that
certainly
wild?
wouldn't be this far away.
I made that one. Isn't it nice?
Everything you've made has blown my mind.
Did you actually make this?
I did.
Yeah.
She has made me believe it. Like, I knew you could make beer. I didn't know you could make really good wine.
So we are out at Buffalo Brew Shop, and Wendy is behind the counter. And I'm sorry, I'm blocking things, but anything you need, let me know, and I'll grab. So we have now timer 57 minutes on this mash.
We are having taste.
Here's what I'm gonna do too to keep the temperature during the mash.
Gabby.
We're gonna stop the pump for a second.
Gabby. Come here, Gabs. No, you're there. She won't leave you. Oh, no, she's coming. She's coming. She's a little slow because of the water.
For the sake of keeping the temp easier during the mash here. There we go. We'll keep the lid on for the mash. We'll take it for the boil. Turn the pump back on. Everything can be controlled via the phone or via the actual control box right here. I'm sorry. Taking over this whole corner of your area. Yeah, so right now the temp is at 149. There it is. We're getting up to 150. So then again, I'll start it like this. Head upstairs, go play with the kids. I don't get yelled at by the wife as much when I do it, as opposed to being outside in the garage.
First thing I saw when I walked in.
Which is where I have to be in about 2 hours.
Outside in the garage?
Yeah, my match ends in 19 minutes and 29 seconds, bud.
Ah.
Luckily, I live 2 minutes away, so it doesn't matter.
What do you use?
Well, a big gold,
Yeah, me too.
20-gallon, like igloo cooler.
Yeah.
Is it only 10 gallons?
That kit looks
Actually,
nice.
it's 11. It's 11. That's why it's a little more.
It works. It really retains heat quite nicely.
Yeah, actually, the system is. I went to a metal measurement.
That's just nice about this.
You think about all the money it's spent on
That gift, right?
However,
And yeah, make a 10-gallon battery once in a while.
Well, I have very little rooting interest now. I always root for Baltimore and against Pittsburgh. So once Pittsburgh's out, I'm pretty happy with anybody. I mean, I guess the team I hate now is the Patriots.
Yeah.
Since I have no, I'm so sorry. I have no team to root for. I only have a team against. And I think Tom Brady is it.
nice.
He's just changed the game for the
Is
worse.
that yours?
Yeah.
That's a metal.
Yeah, there's 2 NFL
sorry.
rules designed to protect that little lady.
Got my sparge water.
Oh, okay. They
Maybe
had a metal one.
Yeah, right? Yep.
You know that.
just making
You know
sure
my
I'm
niece
Yeah.
is
I like making it.
Oh yeah.
They have our Brady's lady table. But then you get
Yeah.
barely 3%. They can.
I've never seen anyone
It's a blast. Actually, we went to
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Start
Yeah.
out just for a brew
for winter
or two.
Yeah.
And bottling 21 bottles is like now it's concourse, so the spigot is above. I mean, so you go straight on. So really, you just have your primary. I don't believe in secondary.
Yeah, I don't secondary either.
So
I mean, apart from taking off the collection ball.
right. So with this one, you're not going to collect, but it's going to collect down there for you.
Look at that, I'm at 150.
Oh, this is too easy.
Yeah, no, it should be at 151, but still.
So a little mini pump in there.
Little mini magnetic pump right there.
Sweet.
And it's a
White
great.
is all get up.
If it breaks, you buy a new one. Not the whole unit, just the pump, and replace it. But yeah, it's right.
There was one
Do you have to
thing, right?
like up? Is there a way to update the software in here? Like is
One
The
set
firmware?
there.
Yes, there is. Through the app, I think.
and do they keep charging for the app? I hate to say that.
Nope, app was free. And it connects to, and I'm going to try to do this on YouTube. Let's see if I crash my computer trying this.
You don't need, I don't want you to mess up your thing.
No, because I set it up just for this specific thing right here. So we're in. There we go. Hi. Want to go to brew.grainfather.com so we can take a recipe. Oops, somebody commented on something. Is this where we're live? Let's see. Oh, nope. Nope, they commented on one of my other videos. Thank you for watching the other videos, people. So we're going to brew.grainfather.com.
Okay.
So is your meadery open for tours or?
And people on YouTube, you should be able to see this. And my face, because that's why I set this camera up, specifically to do this. So you can search other people's recipes based on ABV, IBU, type, style, hops, and region.
This meats are.
You can import a recipe, which is a beer.xml file. So if you're using Brew Toad or Brewer's Friend or Beersmith, I use Beersmith, you can export as a beer.xml and import it directly to the app so that you can use it on the Grainfather. Or you can create a new recipe, which I'll do here. All grain, style, measurement. In the United States, will probably go U.S. standard, and it inputs all the things for us. It's 7.4 gallon boil size. That's the Grainfather here, with an estimated 75% efficiency and a 6 gallon batch size. So if we were going to put together just a, let's do simple Berliner Weiss, which I like because of how simple they are. Add style. And this is connected to the BJCP style, so 23A Berliner Weiss.
Wow.
So we're going to add about 5 pounds of pills. What Pilsner? Let's see what Pilsner I want. Let's go Bohemian Pilsner for this. We'll go 5 pounds Bohemian Pilsner. We'll go 3. Oop, I did it again. We just want some wheat.
Yeah, I think I'm
Yeah. Grease is what I have at the house. Let's do that. Some 3 pounds, and then it'll show us our entire grain bill and the percentage here.
That's right.
It will line it up over here where you can see the color. I'm pointing like people who are online can see. Where you can see the color, the OG. Oops, excuse me. The about 3.7, which feels good for a Berliner Weiss. The OG is actually a little high for a Berliner Weiss, but I haven't added the yeast yet, which will hopefully bring it down. So let's add 7515. I don't know who that is.
I've had them both.
Let's add some tetanang.
Yeah, I think so.
And not much, maybe just half an ounce.
This is really good. I like
Because we don't want
They're
to.
very consistent with it too.
We don't want to bitter up a Berliner Weiss.
You only have one sip.
Add yeast.
You rinse it.
Berliner Weiss yeast.
It's alright. Don't worry about it.
Let's just add 05.
There is a couple of cool Berliner Weiss strains. I was just in Designer magazine talking about it.
There we go. It's going to bring our attenuation to the right place. I want something clean coming out here.
Yeah, sure. Not too much.
Look at that. Too much Bohemian or too much Pilsner. What if I went 4 and 4? And see what we come up with. The OG is still pretty high.
Well, what is it? Assuming your efficiency is and everything.
Yeah, it's 75. It's assuming it's 75
That's pretty.
efficiency, which is low, but that's what you're getting on the
Yeah.
Grainfather here.
What is this now? Oh my gosh! Thank you.
This is
uh,
$42.
Oh yeah! As soon as I smelled it, I knew what it was.
that.
Boy, did I.
All right.
I had that porter on tap at our place, and I'm fairly sure my friends and I drank more of it that we sold.
What do you want to mash it?
It's just, it is one of the greatest
It
porters.
really is.
Yeah, 149, 150 sounds about good for a Berliner Weiss. We want to keep it nice and dry.
Stout, like porter flavor thing. And then
So let's keep the fermentation.
It's got a really
64 sounds fine too.
It's just
So then
yeah.
we have our Berliner Weiss here. We could actually name it something else.
You would never know.
This isn't exactly a Western Brews Berliner Weiss.
4.2, I'd be like, sure,
It's similar,
It's 4.2.
but I just changed the amount of grain. Let's bring it back to 5 and 3, which is what I have been using for my Berliner Weiss at the house. 5 and 3. There we go.
I got you covered.
And we're going to save that recipe.
We were somewhere else, which we don't do.
So now the next time we go to our app, it will be there. So let's take a look.
we're thinking about
All right, I'm over here. I'm going to show you over here on this camera. Okay. So now my recipes.
it's a Thursday or Friday.
There we go. Recipes updated. The West New York Brews Berliner Weiss. I tap it.
Well, I'm gonna.
There it is here. And when I want to brew it, I start a new session. It asks me what recipe I'm using, and it'll walk me through the whole thing step by step. We're at 45 minutes left on the mash and holding at 151. I don't know if you can see it there,
Well, you know, you're gonna have a weird thing going on between the two.
but that's where it is there. 151. 5 minutes left. And we're here at Buffalo Brew Shop. If you want to come check it out, we're going to be done by 6. I promise Wendy we'll be done by 6 today. We'll be done.
Door's getting locked.
That's
It's 6
right.
o'clock.
I'll be stuck in here.
I like it.
Brutal.
All right,
How we doing, pal?
so we're going to take a break to go talk to people. We can watch the Grainfather here.
I'm running low on
This is all in
I still don't. Oh, it's in the same.
So I'm going to put up a new thing here.
baseball hands.
baseball.
None for me. Very kind.
I have to buy Thank you.
Is this your call?
No, that is.
Facebook, and currently only on YouTube because it's a better view experience. And see all this.
Are you kidding me? I would if I didn't know your name. That's his name.
I can answer it.
Of course you would. I swear to God, you completely convinced me. I'm like,
What's the problem?
being good. The one I
Yeah.
made, being good. I gave one away.
You won't even, you don't want to know when any day. I mean, and
Come on!
2017. I bottled
But
it.
but it is true. You do have to wait on the ones like you gave me, like
drinking
Yeah, what's
a
gonna
Community
get
Beer Works Frank.
a lot better.
Keeping it light today.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm dying to make a port and just not even tell Amy I did it. And she'll wait. She'll and then she'll curse me.
How you doing on your porter there,
There
boss?
has been rumors that
I got 8 minutes left in the mash.
there's a
On yours?
Yep.
Nice.
I might come back once we start blowing up.
but I'll try that.
All right, and I can
just
bring
wanted to
them
add
along.
to my cup.
But now that I know you're live on YouTube, why come back?
That's true. Just throw it up on
Yeah,
YouTube.
man.
I don't
That was
believe
so
it,
funny to meet you that day, and then we started talking beer, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"So your dad, you old?" I never
Yeah.
was busy, but I would love to share.
I'm up for nice, so hopefully that is. I won't say what I'm creating. That's what we're working on.
Well, if you're picking up traces.
I have one issue with this system, and it's batch size.
It's what?
Batch size. That's it.
So what are you doing now?
If I had an endless supply of money and I could have three
Oh,
systems,
you're just here last week.
this is it.
That'd be the second
This is
system.
two for sure.
Oh,
To
yeah.
do 5 gallons.
And they do.
Oh, God.
I need to brew 10 gallons. I want to brew 10 gallons. And that's the only downside to having
Is that
this.
what you generally do?
Yeah.
But if you're doing a Berliner Weiss, is
No.
there a way to make it happen?
No, this is perfect for me.
But I mean, 10 gallons.
10 gallons? Yeah, I keg sour. So I throw it into a keg and then put a post on there for a blow off tube.
Oh, okay.
And I actually run it into water, so it has a blow off tube. And then dump in probiotics. I've had better success with probiotics than I have with the commercial strains. Yeah.
Where did you get that
do
idea?
that often, actually.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys get the idea?
Milk the funk.
Yeah, on, I was on,
I guess I don't know.
what's the other one? We just opened up a brewery too. Sour Beer
Do you
Block.
want
On Sour Beer Block. I took their recipe.
I started getting into sours.
Yeah.
It took me a little bit.
Yeah, that's enough.
There's so much to do in all the other styles still. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
So I was telling Scott, right?
Yes.
I was telling him, Scott, that a couple of ones we do they come off sour, but we don't actually. It's because there's a certain amount of bacteria or wild yeast in the honey. That if you ferment it at warmer temperatures with the yeast,
You're going
No.
to get.
you'll get that.
That's pretty sweet.
I thought
Yeah.
there was
Happy
No, it's
accident.
not.
We did not
It
get
doesn't smell
Pretty
those
sour.
are
Yeah.
those are once you got that day,
You're a wise guy, yeah?
knocked you out.
Yeah. Oh, like
There's a was definitely the sour end of
Yes.
things.
Yep.
It was so cool.
yeah,
So where do you source your honey from?
all local.
Fantastic. I love that.
Western New York, and as far south as Cuba, as far as all
New York.
around.
That's nothing.
When I say
That's a morning.
Yeah, I know.
That's a morning's drive.
New York, sorry.
Yeah, right? No, I get it.
Seriously,
Brian will
I used to have a guy in a band.
Absolutely, we're
Like,
talking about.
he was from Cuba, New York, and I think it's like, when you see Cuba, I don't even think about it anymore. It's like everyone knows that's in New York.
I know.
We'll be back in a little bit. I need to take him back to the.
You doing Belgium? What are you doing?
Well, this person actually had done it.
Nice.
It's at 60, but I love the 90 way it works.
Yeah.
Almost the best beer I've ever made on show. And this is made of Hell's Anacardic.
Yeah.
I started crushing my own grains recently and I've been fishing.
Don't break it.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty tight because of the essential oils. tightness.
There.
Yeah.
So it got to be like almost like 1%. And I'd use it. I can't use the lager because God, even with that ton of it, it'll peter out.
Yeah.
So there's some T50, which is like kind of like a secret lager. I love it. It's just crazy.
Never tried it.
Never tried T58?
No.
It is the secret weapon for German styles.
I mix it with, what's it called, 550.
Oh, I can imagine that would be fun. So I did that because that came go high and it ended up being like 10.5 or something crazy. So too big. So it's been sitting. So I'm going to drop the Nelson. So add some wine kind of
Oh, yeah.
and hope for the best and bottle it. So, but I'll see you soon.
Yeah, good
This
to
is
see
cool.
you.
This is really good to see
Right?
this.
It's been a lot of fun. It makes me second guess everything I have. Like, just be done with it. Just do 5-gallon batches and brew a lot more often because it's easy.
How's the recirculation working? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Like, is it
Pump is here.
okay?
Taking it from here, putting it right back into the top, and there's a
So the heating element right now.
heating element is you can't see it. It's a heating plate. On the
Okay.
I would assume.
So this is strictly a chiller over here then?
Yes. Yep. And when I was first looking at it, I was thinking, you know, I still brew here though. I don't want to.
Sure.
I don't want to automate everything. I still want to do
Yep.
things. And this.
He knows it better.
And this doesn't do anything for you except for temperature and recirculation. So it moves the wort and it keeps it at temperature, and that's all it's really doing.
Right. I mean, it's on the
Yep. And the better the repeatability.
right.
Are you all set?
I am all set for now.
Because everything else
We'll be
is
back for more later.
still on me. The recipe creation is still on me. The crush, I had crushed here today because you should always trust your local homebrew store. But the crush is still on me at the house. The water addition is still on me. Everything after work creation is still on me.
Yes.
Oh, is it Celsius there too? Could.
Oh, okay.
You could switch it over to Celsius or Fahrenheit. And that's all through the app. But actually, the first brew I did, I went completely Celsius and liters and 100% metric. Because I feel like it should be.
Yeah. It makes me
Felt like
so much more sense. So many ways.
but all my recipes are in standard units, so I did eventually switch it over.
Here and then 2 of the Chardonnays.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh my gosh, Celsius. Like making like Celsius. Once. Not again.
Yeah. Just one.
Just once. It's snowing. It's snowing.
It's snowing.
You could be outside, tending to a burner, making sure that you're at the right temperature,
Celebrated and everything.
or wrapping your mash tun in a heating blanket, or you can just do this. And we're inside. You can see here, we're inside. There's like very little anything coming off of this. It's quiet. If this were inside my kitchen,
Absolutely.
I would not get in trouble for this.
Okay, that would be great. I would too.
All right, thank you. All right, second call, same number.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Joe. Nice to see you. Take care of yourself.
I'm working on it.
Yes. No, it isn't really.
Oh, I'll have to bring this up. Oh, please do.
Oh, for real? For my number?
Well, I think they scanned them.
I hope not.
Thank you.
That is my number, but I didn't call anyone. Literally, my phone has been on a table. Sorry about that. Weird.
I'll see you, bud. I might come back in a little bit.
Right? That was a reverse wrong number. Said, hey, I got a call from here. Like, no, you didn't? It's been right there.
Right over here.
No, you didn't.
Right above it.
I can prove it. Go on youtube.com/W1Mybrews.
Right. Joe, take it easy. Good to see you again. See you later. Take care. Wendy, I'll see you later.
What are you making
Oh,
today?
thank you.
An IPA.
All right,
Go
enjoy.
missus. Thanks. Oh, my mash is done.
Nice.
That's a 75-minute mash. Yeah, that's what it is. See you in a bit.
You can take your card out. You can sign right up.
Bye, Joe.
When did you have a pH meter?
Yeah, hold on.
For sale, I mean to sell.
Oh, no. I'm out of them right now. Like, we had it. I haven't pre-ordered.
Good to know.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Why no?
I don't need one. I'm just going to trust my software.
I have mine in the back.
Curious what kind you're selling.
I was dealing with Hannah.
Yeah.
you so much.
Really, it's so much fun. Although, it's fine. Lily.
Oh, that's Lily.
That's Lily.
You are Lily.
She's the Lily with Lily. And we're going to pick up Violet Bell from a friend's house right down there. Knock good stuff over.
Right there.
She loves that.
So you can find the recipe for this stout right there. In fact, oh look, there's a bookmark in there.
I'm like, what is yeast eat sugar? And what is yeast create when you eat sugar? Just like alcohol and
Stout, sweet, right there.
Wow. I know.
There's the sweet stout that this is. Grains, like Pat, Crystal, and Kent Goldings.
When I had the back
Now to do LPO6, we're doing LPO5 today. And instead of the English extract, we went with 10 pounds British pale ale malt, so we went with Maris Otter today. But yeah, that is the exact thing here.
Yeah, sometimes it's the basics that you just forget.
And we're mashing at 151.
I reincorporate everything.
From 98.
You could.
So that's what we're doing. Sweet stout today. We have the lactose over there. We're going to add it in the boil.
About a half an hour. She was learning all that single malt that I saw one of them, so I like used it to just totally talk about fermentation. And they were very sorry they brought that topic up with me. But I would love torturing them because she couldn't help it. It's like she must have noticed the same thing, just like, are we talking about brewing? Yeah.
Science.
It is. It is science.
Exactly.
It's science her parents are into, right?
Called making a drug.
We're going to be done by 6. Everything will be cleaned up and gone.
He said that for the 100th time.
See how long I'm saying, meeting my friends out in beers and stuff, and I stop by.
Well, yeah, drive by, see if the lights are still on.
One of the problems with the Grainfather, if you want to call it a problem, is that you still have to heat sparge water. So that's what I'm going to do starting right now. I've got half an hour left in the mash. I'm going to start heating the sparge water I need, according to my app. Brew sessions. This is where we are right now. We're going to sparge, it says it right here, 2.42 gallons. So it's 3.5 gallons sparge water. I have a 4-gallon pot. I'm going to fill that now. That was nice, people coming in.
I know. We usually do on these Mondays.
Yeah.
But
Nobody from my club
it's
yet.
cold weather.
Yet. Yeah.
one of those guys. I always text him, like, right, I gotta leave. Didn't you try this?
Yeah. Full toasted marshmallow.
Yeah.
That's not the pork.
No.
Then I didn't try that.
I put it next to the pork. Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Here, try it again.
I didn't get any marshmallow out of it.
No, I didn't either. It's got a weird nose to it. Taste is better than the peppers, but.
Oh, see, no, I just thought this was a terrible idea, but I didn't want to say it.
Hey, that's your buddy Chris. That's a Chris recommendation. And you know what? He said to me, he's like, I have one for you.
Well, now that I get the toasted marshmallow out of it, I get it now.
There's a lot going on. Seriously.
It clashes with the hops a little bit.
Turbinado, coconut, muscovado sugars, made against bean,
Yep, nope, I just thought it was a terrible IPA.
mosaic.
Yeah, Chris. Chris Bood. Alright. No, I did bring my gypsum though, that's important. For a stout. Glad I brought some gypsum.
Well, you know what? After this is warmed up, it's not. There is a familiar taste between that and the pork.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder if it's just.
I'm getting those marshmallow out of each of them. Alright, I'm going to figure out how to get connected to your hose back here with my adapters.
Oh, that looks awfully sweet. That's what I said.
No, I've got this. I'm just missing a piece right at this moment. Yeah, right. You gotta have those tiny little Ziploc bags for home brewing and
What
drugs.
do you need?
Gotta get this. Which will connect to here. And this connects to, I think, just a standard hose. And I've got this, which
So
goes
what are you missing?
inside. I don't know if I guess I'm missing whatever will go from there. That's a ring. Small ring from that to
I have a whole boat
either
of
this. Worst case scenario is I cool it when I get home. Does it? And then what's it adapted to?
Does that fit? This fits on there. Does this fit yours?
No, but if this is a hose adapter and I bring in my hose, yeah, this should all go together,
Yay.
right? Oh, and that's inside threaded too.
That's why I charged $3.99.
Right? $3.99. That's a perfect little
I know.
utility thing to have. All right, that's after the boil anyway. And people watching, the boil is going to happen in exactly 22 minutes. I'm going to sparge through here. We're going to heat it as I'm sparging, and the malt pipe over the top of it is going to help keep the temperature as we raise it up to the boil. All right. I don't want to see. I don't want to see the live. Oop, but there we are. That looks pretty good. My channel. There we are. There you go. So, it's telling me to start heating the sparge water now with 20 minutes left in the mash. I'm going to press set and stop that alarm from happening. Quick little reminder. I'm going to switch it to this view. So that we can see it there.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I am well.
Oh, good, good.
You have anything?
Oh, all kinds of stuff.
Ah,
Potassium sorbate, camping tablets, a
Oh,
thermometer.
Right over in this area here.
Those in the general area, I think.
Those? I have the, just one of the small.
Okay, that's right.
All right.
And, camping tablets.
I have the 20 count or 100 count. Okay.
What do you do for checking acidity in wine? We play the check the pH or?
You can either check pH, we have pH strips. I don't have a pH meter right now, but we have pH strips that actually are very accurate.
Okay.
Or we have an acid titration.
Yeah, that strips are probably good. I've used them in like sausage pools and things like that before. They work good.
These are, these are
Perfect.
where, like for pools, you would probably use more of a universal. This is going to be more precise for clients.
That's fine.
4.4, so.
Any thermometer?
Or we have a few
No,
different
let's see the
ones.
temperature of the wort, you know, before we fix these.
Okay, I have like a floating one. I have a lab thermometer.
Floating might be good, that'll work out. And I just need to fuck it with a lid and I'm good.
What size bucket? We have, this is the 6.5 for $14.99. We have the big 7.9.
You know, I got one of the big guys, how about the 6.5, that'll work.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
what you making?
Well, we got a bunch of, we got laying on Rushford, we got some grapevines that Fred gave us years ago, probably 6 years ago. And finally we got so many grapes that we wanted to do something with it. So I came in here a couple months back and you sold me yeast. No, yeah.
That's phenomenal. Homemade grapes, homegrown grapes.
Yeah, maybe a little longer because you can always use an extra one. Yeah, so anyway, I really don't know what type of grapes they are or anything. They're pretty sweet. I think they'll be good. So we'll just see what we come up with, you know.
That's the scoop.
Well, the year before we were doing pretty good. It was such a dry summer and the deer just went nuts on them. I think they're after the moisture, you know.
Yeah.
That's the way it always seems. Like we had a real good crop of blueberries this year, and I said, "Wow, next weekend's going to be nice." You get back there and you find out that the blue jays like the blueberries. They clean us right out, and they had a week to do it, you know.
It's my 7-year-old that gets to them.
Yeah.
When we go to pick the raspberries, like, oh, Jack.
You know, I used to have tons of raspberries, and for some reason, deer really like the new buds on the bushes. You can't grow anything.
Yeah.
35.82. Right above that.
I spend a huge amount of money putting in food plots and taking care of the deer all year and stuff, and that's how they pay me back.
Yeah, I know. You can take your card out, you can sign with your finger right on the line.
So, sparge water is heating. If we had another camera, I'd like to see that as it is. We're going to be bringing the sparge water in here, and I'll show you the sparge process.
Well, thanks very much.
It's really simple. I'll
Appreciate your
probably be using,
help. Good evening.
actually, I'll be using my Cambro here to do the sparge.
I just had something in a cup about that much. It's really good. I don't know what. This is just marshmallow.
The bad IPA?
The one, yeah, actually, that it's warming up.
If we get the marshmallow out of it.
Yeah.
Do you have a restroom in here?
Sure. Right in the back.
Thank you. I've turned off the mic.
Oh, thank you.
So I have 20 years left on a teaching career.
So how, before you turn that back on, how, well, it doesn't matter. It's not on. How long does it take from when, after you're done with this to get to boil?
That's pretty quick.
Is it?
Yeah, especially because the sparge is going to be hot. Although, actually, yes.
I'm going to see what it is.
Yeah, as long as it's not dropping the temp, it comes up pretty quick. Yeah. Because it's already up there.
And how does that, like the inner part, how does that rest? Like when you, well, I'll see.
Yeah, it has some feet, 4 feet off the sides, and then on the inside, there's a square of metal here that you bring it up, and then turn it so the feet rest on there.
So what were you saying about teaching?
Oh, yeah, 20 years left. But after that, my dad
This
always
deal
said
falls through,
music, so
I'll finance this for us.
yeah, 20 years. Or until the state decides that there's no more pension for teachers, and then however long.
Right now, it's, yeah. My father kept telling me, is it my father?
That one, yeah, yeah, no complaints. If I wouldn't even think about leaving it. Unless they make me. And that's one way they would do it. Wrangling kindergarten it's fun.
That's what you do.
Well, yeah, music.
My music teacher started.
I hate those guys.
I should go to this one.
Is it a local district?
Yeah, well, it wasn't there.
Okay. I hear stories of that.
My girlfriend. My girlfriend does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now I get, I had this clown do whatever it was. At a birthday party, you know, just this one real creepy clown came by. Yeah, as a music teacher, and I'm always really touchy. I won't push anything on anybody. You know what I mean? I would never tell them this. Because I hear those stories all the time.
It was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And it's appalling. I get people tell me. Nah, I mean, I have an ego to handle it. I sing well. But people tell me things all the time, just because it's what you do.
Right.
It's a joke and it's quick and it's a one-off. I couldn't handle it. Like if somebody else came in with a lesson, they might stop singing. Like you're not gonna hurt me. I'm fine. You can say whatever about my singing voice. I'm gonna keep singing.
Well, the fact that it was true.
See, you say that.
I know, but it still scarred me.
And it might not have been true. You think it is.
Yeah, maybe it was just what happens.
Right.
Yeah, I think the release mechanism in the ball is much better than the faster
Yeah.
on the catalyst.
Yep. Yeah. I like that it's, well, this dishwasher. Nice, I can throw it in the dishwasher. Yeah, and I have. But I like that it's a bucket. So that I can get into a fast ferment. But this is easier to get into, easier to clean, and the fast ferment now.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's the words are pressed into the side. So on the inside, there's all these like little ledges for things to hang on to. Because the words are pressed in. So not so much.
Right.
Flat glass.
Yeah, because we had the same thing when they first came out with the BT carboys.
Yeah.
They were rigid and they had like little curves in them, and all the sediment would stay on those curves.
Yeah.
Beautiful, yeah. The better bottles.
Yep. Yeah, but this is just
Now they're smooth sided.
flat inside, nice and easy. So I wipe it down with a sponge afterwards, with the soft side of the sponge, and then I'll throw it in the dishwasher. And
I love the fact that they made it for mason jar too.
Yeah,
It's well going.
because I have mason jars at the house, so I don't have to buy a second one. I just
Right.
keep.
And if if you damage it or lose it or whatever,
Where are we here? We are 8 minutes away
woohoo!
from sparging. Seven minutes. And this is a stout, so I'm not really worried about the bitterness or the or off flavors or DMS or anything like that. You could shorten the boil. you can see right there the color of that mash. So the Camden tablet was already added. Ha! Right, because we used tap water. So Camden tablet has taken the chlorine out of there. I used to let the water sit out overnight. I just didn't trust the Camden tablets. But I'd say the last 2 years I've just been throwing in the Camden tablet and trusting it, and I haven't had any chlorine in my beers. I had a bad experience with chlorine.
Hi, do you guys still work?
That smells like a coffee. Yeah, it smells so good.
Green light up?
Yep. No, I'm good.
Yeah, one of them.
Nah, I ate before I came. We got 50 miles. Ew. I've had more success with probiotics than I have with like a pure lactose strain when making beer like this. All right. Watch him. 3 minutes left. I have my Cambro, 6-liter Cambro, which you can use for dumping things in. Minutes. Drop down the seconds. 48 seconds, 46, 45, 44. 43, 42. $26, $25. $13, $12. setting target temp for 158 or 68. So it's bringing it up for a mash out. So it's raising the temp right now. To stop the enzymatic activity here. The heater just turned on full. And that's where we are.
Good, how are you doing?
Oh, you're gonna love this.
What's this?
Scott, this is Chris.
Oh, Scott?
Chris is, his nickname is Chris the Chemist.
Oh, excellent.
He works for UB.
In research administration.
Grainfather today.
Chris is more of a wine guy,
More of a wine guy, but
I love the
Hey, nobody's
whole-
perfect. That's all right.
this is neat.
We make wine at the house too.
Chris, actually, I have a Bravado Eclipse.
Bravado Eclipse. What's Bravado? Huh?
It's the limited that they came out with. Here, try this. See what you think.
Uh-oh. Smells nice.
I didn't know you were working today.
What? No.
We're doing sampling.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Does it smell good when you walk?
Yes, it does.
I said, who's baking bread?
Good? Smells good, doesn't it?
Got any sample?
I would love to.
We're live on YouTube too. That's why we got that.
numbers come up and I have to go
Here?
to,
Here?
drug test.
Yeah, plus
That'll be my luck.
we're live anyways.
Live on YouTube, huh?
What?
Live on YouTube.
All right.
YouTube.com/WNY Brews.
Are you like,
Okay. Trying to take a taste in it and see what the flavors are.
you're very
I
perplexed.
go for fruit. I try to taste what fruits I taste
Right,
first
yeah.
because those are.
So, you watching?
It would taste
This is where we are.
tastes like something I would drink
It's at
at
161
the
right
same
now.
time.
Here, I'll show you on the app too, so you can see what's going on. So it's currently at 161, reaching for 168. As Eric Wood just tweeted. So it's at 161, reaching for 168 to do a mash out. It's going to hold that at about 10 minutes. I might cut that early, just because I want to make sure that we get out of here for 6 o'clock for Wendy. It's 3:38, and we still have an hour boil. Although, who knows, we might cut that short too. But the chilling is actually very quick on this system. So even if we did a full boil and waited the full 10 minutes, I still think we're around. So that's where we are.
This was from Tuscany. It was 2015. No, I think it was 16. This is not that old. It's limited with not within the summer.
Okay, one of those. I have my racks up, I have my countertop in, and I installed the lights and the electricity and the lines.
I don't know if you can see it there. 164.
Looking to find floor mats to put around in there. And they changed the color scheme of the ones that are selling them. So different colors. Definitely some cherries in the bravado. Some cherry flavor.
I have 4 more.
That I have. So this is the toasted marshmallow port.
4 more degrees.
This was the port.
3 more.
This was the dessert wine that they came out with. I call it really cool. It's toasted marshmallows. It's toasted marshmallow.
These are my feet.
I think it's good.
Okay.
But we'll let you be the judge.
That's on one.
Okay, so you got your racks up.
Got my racks up. I gotta put mats down.
Oh, this is down in the basement.
Yep, this is the new basement. That's that which I had no. Well, you only saw the pictures of when it was being poured. You know, the concrete.
Yep.
My neighbor, the electrician, came over on Friday and told me everything I needed to get to do it. He said he'd be happy to help up on vacation with his brother for a week golfing someplace. He's retired, so I quietly said, well, he told me everything I need and the directions are all here. I can do this safely. Well, because I don't have to cut into any other lines. You know, it was all its own line. There was no, until I put the circuit breaker in, there was no power to the whole thing. You know, I was, playing with electricity. The only thing that made me nervous was putting the new circuit breaker in the box.
You did that?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad at all.
Why did you do that?
Well, because I read the directions and looked at it and said, okay, the one wire goes here, the other wire goes there, the third wire goes here. They said turn the power off at the main breaker before you do anything, and I said, yeah. The lights are going to go out in the whole house for a little while. He says, why do you need to do that? I thought you were going to let Danny do that. I said, no, it's easy here.
Alright, we're at 167. Right here, 167. The refrigerator compressor is kicked on, so that's that sound that you hear. But
Oh, yeah.
we're 166, 167 on here. It's going to hold it at 168 for 10 minutes before bringing it up to a boil.
40s and 40s. And then EPs,
And our water is still very hot for our sparge. So that's what's going on. We're currently waiting. It's heating. The heater is at 66% right now, so it's not heating at 100% because it doesn't want to overshoot. So it's gently bringing it up there. It's controlling the amount of heat that's being applied to this. It just dropped down to 51% to bring it up to 168. So that's what's going on. It's adjusting the heat, the temperature, and the amount of power being put to the.
So we become fast friends. Yeah, it'll be fun.
So now we're just waiting.
So, you have my cell phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we are.
So I'll give it to you. Because I built into the agreement that I would buy the cost for, and I'm going to just say, what's anything, just call me, and then I'll just drop it off at your house or whatever. I don't, yeah, and I don't want, because I don't want 20 people coming here, you know what I mean? It's like, I'll just place my order, and then, you know.
Okay, that's fine. I will do that. Thank you.
There's only a handful of people.
But you're doing,
Yeah, or actually, there's some people that's we're gonna drink it together and have fun.
yeah.
We're gonna go to the meadery and go down the woods.
Yeah.
And we're
Yeah.
gonna go there. Think about January 25th. So it's either Thursday night.
It was Thursday. It's been morning.
Yeah.
Thursday and
Yeah.
So 167. So we're going to hold 168 for 10 minutes. As soon as it hits it there.
This is
About 4 minutes.
right-hand guy marking his daughter was taking up chemistry
Although, if you've been watching, I'm just going to start bringing it up to a boil now.
You got it.
That way we get her going. So when we get the sparge going. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to bring it directly up to boil because it's been at 167 for a little bit now. We are going to submit. So we're selecting a stage to skip to. We're going to skip directly to the boil. Here, I'll show you here too. We're going to skip. There it is. I'm going to skip directly to the boil so that it just keeps raising the temperature on this now. And once it gets to 170, we'll lift the grains out of there so we don't extract any tannins. So it's heating now. It's heating to 212, which at this altitude is boiling. So that's what we're doing. Pump got turned on. So I'm going to take a circulating tube out of here. There we go. remove the lid. Oh, it's hot. Holy, it's hot. Okay. Removing the lid. Putting it off to the side here. Good. You can see this is now raising temperature for boil, and once again, it's at 168. Once it hits about 170, we're going to lift the pipe out of here, let it start training, and then we'll start sparging. Okay? So the recirculating tube here, going to go off to the side, because we don't want that for the boil anyway. We want it out for the boil, is what we want.
Great.
So man, that smells roasty. That smells like chocolate and coffee right now. So that's what's going on. Whew.
So we got new stuff for us, right?
I think that would have to
It's only raising temperature to get up to 212. It just hit 170. So I'm going to bring the malt pipe out of there. Start sparging as heating, bringing it all the way up to a boil. All right. So let's take a look at that whole process there. So with this tool, get it and in here.
Hold on.
Ooh, that grain is holding on to that wort. Oh, that's heavy. There we go. So all the grain is in here. It's draining right now. We are going to slowly sparge. So we're rinsing the grain. Don't do that again. We want to keep the level of the water over here so that it's covering up that top but not going down the inner plate. And once again, it's currently heating at 100%, bringing it up warm to boil. Well, this is one of the downsides to Grainfather. I mean, what's a downside really, but you still have sparge. So you still have your secondary water ready. And this secondary water has to be heated somewhere else. Now you can do it using a Grainfather accessory. They sell an accessory that looks like a coffee urn that does nothing but heat sparge water. So this is a thick grain bed because it's taking a long time to drain. But at the same time, the Grainfather is bringing it up to a boil, and the malt pipe up here is insulating like a lid. But then once we hit a boil, of course we're going to take it off so that we don't, or so that we get enough of the steam coming out. So that we don't end up with off flavors. So that's where we are right now. It's at 170. Again, it's heating at 100%, and this is slowly draining. This was a very thick mash, apparently. We'll take a gravity reading as soon as this is done. I'll let you know where we're at. Out of all the batches going on here, this is the slowest we've been. Now I have a second cooler at my house, and what I could do for this process is put the secondary cooler, the HL2 that I have, put it up above and literally fly sparge onto the top of this and just leave it be. Being out here at Buffalo Brew Shop today, I'm just pouring in, and at home I just pour in anyway using a pitcher. But we're at 173 and it's heating to a boil as it's streaming. So that's where we are. 174. That right there looks like it would be a really good grate to fly sparge. About right there. Either way, it's heating. We're sparging with the correct amount of sparge water, which again was told to us by the time we're done sparging, this should be close to a boil.
There's a flavor to it. It's the nasal palate. You know,
No, I know.
upper part of the mouth, rest of the mouth.
So it's funny. So because I was bringing it closer to the case. And I was yesterday I was at Grainfather, which is in like Grainfather.
So it's draining and heating for the boil.
So I'm assuming you don't want it to get.
Yeah, that would just go directly in. Which is just how we want it to run through the grounds. That's there so when it's mashing in the circulator, it doesn't get stuck and accidentally overflow.
And then after you sparge, this goes away and you're going to do everything in there?
Yep. Yeah, and after I sparge, having that bucket that I brought is really useful because I take the malt pipe right out, put it in the bucket, let it finish machining, I'll dump those runnings in. And then I can just dump the grains into a garbage bag. And since there's no
or use them for dog treats.
Or use them for dog treats. We don't have pets. There's no mash tun loss. The grains end up being really rinsed and fairly dry by the time we put them into a garbage bag. We're at home in my Coleman mash tun. I have maybe half a gallon to a gallon of loss. So when I dump it out, I can't just dump it into a bag because it's really wet. It leaks everywhere. So I scoop it and then strain out the rest of the grains. But this is at 175. It'll keep draining and keep heating. It'd be better if I actually would have heated that, but either way. It took me, what, 3 hours to actually tweet at Grainfather. So we'll see if they see it. Jay Stu knows what's going on today.
And a couple birds just texted me saying that they'll be in.
Nice. But nobody from my club made it out. So we'll see. We'll see. We're a South Towns club, though. And it's tough.
Can't beat that.
It was the right time of year. But this is my when it's in the teens.
I know, I'm trying to find clothes because I'm going to France. I didn't think it pretty much same.
Brother, we do. France in April, it could be any place from 35 to
65,
yeah. Maybe even 70 would be
I'm
good.
trying to find. Hey Scott, how are you?
All right. For a drink. Using the Grainfather. Good, come on over.
Well, thank you. Yep, absolutely. Hey, how are you? You guys want to see some photos?
It's a really roasty one.
Oh, come on over here. This is Scott. Scott from Western New York. Brews.
Hi.
Joel.
Nice to meet you.
We'll kind of go over a quick overview of what he's doing, and I'll pour you guys some
Oh
stuff.
yeah, please. Fun. Right, I'm brewing a stout on the Grainfather. So right now I'm sparging, and it's finishing draining out through the grains here.
You're
And
sparging.
bringing it up to boil at the same time.
Okay. So we're sparging. And you don't. What's sparging?
So I'm rinsing all of the sugars off of the grains.
Okay.
So I spent the last hour, a little bit over an hour, mashing.
This is easy drinker. Got some other
So converting all the starches and the grains to sugars,
Pardon? Yeah.
draining it out, and then throwing in some clean water just to rinse all those extra sugars off so that they're not stuck in the actual here.
Okay.
They make it into the wort.
Okay.
I apologize. I know nothing.
Oh,
Absolute novice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome
Yeah.
to beer
So,
making.
you're making 101.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you started with
I
grain?
tackled some wine stuff. Beer's probably just I think the next step.
Well, you don't.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
And everything here is also contained, which is nice, and the Grainfather.
What kind of volume do you deal with? Like a package of grain that size, and then this one and this.
This entire brew is about 12 pounds. 12 pounds of grain.
Okay.
So that being
that's
4
probably
pounds, about
5
3 of
packets.
those. Yep.
3 of those in this guy.
Yep. Gonna make 5 gallons of about 6% beer.
5. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
A standard hop
Carbo.
keg, a home
Okay.
keg. Yeah, carbo. Yeah, exactly. If you're familiar with wine, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now this one's a 5 gallon.
Yep. A typical beer keg is going to be 18.5 gallons.
Okay.
So about a third of a half keg.
So they have a
pop.
kind of size.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. When I get home today, this is going to ferment, but as soon as that's done, it's going to go into an old cold keg.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. If you don't mind, kind of start from the beginning.
Yeah. So, about 12 gallons of grain went into heated water.
Okay.
That's about it.
Nope.
To get the enzymatic reactions going to convert the starches to sugars.
Okay.
It took about an hour. At the
An
end of
hour
the
boiling.
and we're keeping it at about 151.
Okay.
Then just pulled out the malt pipe here. All the grains are in here. You can see them here. Because this doesn't have to be in there anymore. All the grains are right there.
All right. Now, do you have to do anything special? You had to crack the grains, or?
Oh yeah, you got to crush them.
Okay, that's all right.
So you do have to crack the grains. You want to leave the hulls intact, so just so you're not sending all that into the boil vessel. You want to use the hulls as a filter.
The hulls of the grain itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So once they're cracked, they sit in here for an hour, 51.
Okay.
Then I'm just draining them now and bringing it up to a boil. So all those starches are converted to sugars. And the sugar is what the yeast is going to eat and turn it into alcohol and CO2.
Okay.
And anything you can eat is what's going to give the malt its flavor. And then we're going to add some hops during the boil, and that's going to give it flavor, and that's going to be done.
So how long? I mean, this is truly one self-contained unit.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything happens in here.
Everything happens in here, from the mash to boil. Everything on the hot side. Of course,
Okay.
fermentation is going to happen separately.
Okay.
Beers that have multiple hops, like 90 minute, they add hops every 90 minutes, or there's layers of hops.
Yeah.
So
In a 90 minute, they start at 90 minutes. And then, Dogfish Head adds hops every minute
for 90 minutes.
for 90 minutes. Yeah.
So
For
what's the
this-
difference between that and, I mean, what does adding hops over time do versus putting it in at once?
But generally, the more you let them boil, the more they're going to contribute to bitterness, and the less they let them boil, the more they're going to contribute to aroma.
Like a really skunky kind of flavor. That's less cook time.
No, that's
That's
that's sunlight. If you're getting skunky, you're getting sunlight into it.
Skunked, but I mean the
Oh, okay.
flavor of
That's
almost like weed a little bit, like the
Yeah.
super. Those are more like the West Coast kind of.
So
Is that just
West
the
Coast
hops?
IPA, you'd throw some in at 60 minutes and let them go for an hour, and that's going to bitter it. Then you'd probably throw some at 20 minutes, and that's going to be for the flavor, and then another at either 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and that's for the aroma.
Okay, so the less
just
cook time.
The less
more
cook time.
aroma.
Yep.
Okay.
So for this, being a stout, I don't want a hop aroma or hop flavor.
Okay.
I want just a bit of bitterness. So I'm throwing in the hops, and only a small amount of hops, right at the beginning of the boil, and that's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
And then if you're looking for something that really hits you in the nose with hops, after you're done with the boil and during fermentation, you're going to throw more hops in there right before you bottle,
Okay.
just so that they're there on your nose. right? And this one's going to be a coffee, chocolate, sweet stout.
What did you grind up the grain with? Just like
Right over here.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you can see. It's 2 steel knurled rollers that are like a credit card width apart, and you send the grains through it, and it just crushes them as it falls through.
Cool.
So it's a piece of equipment for everything.
Yes. Yes, you can ask my wife about all the pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
But this is nice because it takes a lot of the pieces of equipment out of it.
You gotta keep this like super clean, right? Isn't that like a huge
Yeah.
part of it? Everything's gotta be.
Yeah, more
perfectly
so
clean.
that than this.
Really?
Because
Okay, because this is spoiling off.
everything before the boil
Yeah.
doesn't matter as much as everything after the boil.
Yeah.
So this does get cleaned for sure, but this is gonna boil.
Yeah, sure. You're gonna kill anything inside.
Yep. That doesn't. So I have a spray bottle there of non-rinse sanitizer. So you can leave it in there. You can dump your beer right onto it. It won't make a difference. And it's an acid cleaner, so it's gonna kill anything that's on the surface after 6 seconds.
Nice smell.
Do you just know what flavor you're gonna get out of house?
Oh yeah, depends on
The region.
depends on what you're looking for.
I've been seeing the mosaic a lot last summer.
Oh yeah, that's huge right now.
Yeah. Galaxy Power I've seen.
I don't see the one I'm using on here. I'm using Kent Goldings for this one, which are really nice. They're not going to contribute much to it. They're going to contribute some preservative properties, and that's about it.
How do you know if they're
Oh,
going
there
to
they are.
mesh well together? Because
Well,
some of them are just better.
It's
with three different kinds.
I'm using East Kent Golding for
whatever my name was.
flowery citrus peel, herbal, undercurrants. I'm using East Kent Golding because this is a British style, and it's a British hop. Keep it simple. Yeah. But
You like my
yeah, a
beer?
lot of it is trial and error.
I haven't
It's a lot of work for trial and error.
Yeah.
You drink a bunch of
I
bad
mean,
batches
yeah,
of beer.
I mean, it's never really bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody's a little homebrew.
No, this is Spag Rock Brewing out of Rochester. Pump gas. It's a triple.
That's actually nice.
It's 11.9 ABV.
That is very smooth for a triple.
11.9.
Jeez.
We have baby samples for that.
Yeah.
We got Falconer's Flight. It's Falconer's Flight,
Yeah.
Amarillo, Simcoe, and Mosaic.
That's good.
Those are all types of hops.
I was guessing around some
I know.
Nice
I know.
Yeah.
Third IPA.
IPAs.
Sorry. Now, like I was saying with the trial and error, Simcoe and Amarillo you're going to see together all the time because people like that flavor
This
combination
is the
together.
strong one.
Alright, so people watching online, here's what I'm doing right now. So I'm taking the malt pipe, it's mostly done, and I'm going to put it into the bucket right here, just to get it out of the way of the boil, and anything that's left in here is going to drain into the bucket. Put the bucket in there, and we'll get rid of the grains.
Sure.
Now our level right now is 6.5 gallons. So that's right on target.
Yep.
And then, just to get it up to a boil, I'm going to put the lid back on.
Okay, so we just gotta call gas.
Because again, in the United States, the burner is a little bit undersized.
Yeah, you betcha. Yep. But
So that's what we're doing.
All right.
So that's what you're saying. There's no handle.
I'll talk to you in the morning.
There's no handle. There's no handle on the lid, which I'd say is a con. I'd like there to be something on the lid so I don't have to reach in here, because especially when this is boiling, to reach in there, it's hot. And there's no handle on here, which right now I wouldn't want anyway because it's full. But just moving it around, you have to grab it and kind of hug it to bring it on the top and the bottom. Like just some handles so that you can easily walk it around your house when it's time to brew would be nice. And that might be why they haven't done it, just so that no one lifts it up while it's full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Full and hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it's not full, I would love handles. Love
handles.
I got that.
I got it covered. Got it covered.
I wasn't gonna say it.
It wasn't on purpose. Yeah, we're live on YouTube right now too.
Oh, neat.
Here. Cool. We have Grainfather can, and we have Shop can.
Cool.
So we're just waiting for it to come up well.
So basically, you're doing nothing more than just picking it up.
Yeah,
running it through it, and then boiling it off.
Yeah, it's like making tea.
Yeah.
When you do non-filtered IPA, the filtering happens here.
No, I don't do nothing I do is filtered. I mean,
So-
on a homebrew level, barely anybody filters. Just because it's another thing they have.
What would the filter be? After you add everything in the hops?
Yeah, it
and
would be
everything, you
after
filter it?
fermentation, before serving. So between here and here, between here and the bottom.
Oh, it's okay. And
Yeah.
that just takes out any like particles or
Yep.
Sediment stuff.
Yep, any
Like
sediment,
pulp,
extra
I guess.
trube,
Yeah.
proteins.
How do they actually do filters? Is it,
Well, it depends. It's a lot like a water filter with
okay, gotcha.
some kind of coffee filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, what a lot of people do too is a fining agent, like an isinglass, which is like crushed fish bladder, or gelatin, and that'll
Okay. Connect
That will-
the sediment in there
you
and settle
just,
it
yeah,
out.
you just throw it in there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is true. What I've heard is it creates a film that just pushes down. As it settles out, it takes everything out of it that it hits.
Interesting.
And you end up with crystal clear beer, but not deep, if that matters. Yeah.
Not so much.
What do you mean non-vegan beer?
Because gelatin is pork based, and the isinglass being fish based. So if it matters to you, if you have allergies.
Yeah, that's
So for that case, most homebrewers don't filter anything. It just comes out.
I don't
Yeah, right. And if you give it enough time in your keg, it'll clear out anyway. Everything will settle, right? Will fall out. Yep. If you give it enough time. It's hard to give it time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We have 3 taps at the house, and it's a battle to keep them full.
Whole process from crushing to
Throwing it in the fermenter?
Yeah.
About 6 hours.
Okay.
With this, a little bit less, because everything's in one. It makes it nice.
Do you have any idea what something like that runs?
Yeah, about $150, $9.79.
Better enjoy your beer making.
Yep. Although I've been brewing for 6 years.
Yeah.
And over the 6 years, I've spent easily 3 or 4 times that amount on all the equipment I have.
Places.
So if I just would have, I just would have bit the bullet right at the beginning, instead of upgrading
be ahead of
this piece, this piece,
Yeah,
this
sure,
piece, this
sure.
piece. Biggest problem I have is batch size. Makes 5 gallons of beer, and we have a lot of drinkers at the house. My dad lives right next door, and we have a kegerator outside and inside. So the outside kegerator, between summer with him living right next door, any party that's at his house or at my house, they go to that outside kegerator.
Sure.
So I have to make 10 gallons to make sure it goes inside my house and one outside.
Yeah, there's some long lines.
Yeah. Or you just brew a lot more.
Yeah.
Like that's brewing once every 3 weeks. Make 10 gallons and keep all three on tap at any given time.
Yeah. Fermentation, how long?
It depends. This batch I would probably be done in about 2 weeks.
You're talking about from start to finish, drinkable in 2 weeks?
Well, yeah, I could make it drinkable in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Which means I throw it in the keg and I force carb it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
At really high CO2 to force the CO2 in there.
Gotcha.
If you're doing it with bottles, if I was bottling it, that natural carbonated would take another 2 weeks on top of that.
So you're talking about a month?
Yeah.
That's a lot shorter.
Yeah, it is. Although, yeah, me and my wife do wine and beer.
Yeah.
Beer is a lot more one day.
Yeah.
Wine is a lot more waiting.
Oh, sure.
Like it sits in the fermenter a lot longer with wine.
Sure.
But the day of making it is 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Where this is 6 hours on that one day, which is nice in the summer. It's easy.
Yeah, sure.
Kids are outside, wife is outside, we're all outside. It's harder in the winter, which makes the Grainfather nice.
Well, do you do most of your beer making outside in a garage kind of thing? That way you have time to wash and pressure wash?
Yeah, hopefully with as many people as possible. Like anybody that will come over and help brew, it's great. We grow hops at the house too, so. No, we have, on the side of our house, we just ran wire.
Or trellis?
Yeah, kind of, string.
Okay.
So it climbs up the string, and then at the end of the summer, we cut the string. Just pull it down.
Yeah.
So we don't have to actually unwrap anything, we just take the whole thing down.
Yeah, sure.
And then pull off the string and throw everything out afterwards. We stuck at 191. We've been here for a little bit. That's what's going on. 212 to boil.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Like I said, the two problems I have with the Grainfather is batch size.
Yeah.
I need to make more than 5 gallons at a time. People don't.
Yeah.
Most people don't have 3 adult drinkers who all like beer every day.
Yeah.
At their house. But in the US version, it can only pull so much from the wall. So what some people do is they'll throw a heat stick in there.
What's help bring the temperature faster?
Yep, like a bucket here from TSC, from the Tractor Supply Company.
Sure.
You know, used for
freezing.
Yep, exactly. Uh-huh. Yep, just throw it in there to help bring it right up to boil, and it's. Like I said, I promised Wendy we're done at 6. It's 4. I'm watching.
I'm here.
I am watching.
No problem.
Plus, I told my wife I'd try to leave by 6. There's things involved going on.
Scott, we have some porter over here.
Porter, yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
I can go to hell, I say no, no, no.
This is 42 Morris. I want porter.
That's one of my favorites.
It's very porter.
Yeah. Hey, really impressed with their beers. 42.
They're very consistent.
Yeah.
Plays, you know, they started off right. They continued to do it right.
So with this stout, my wife loves her oat cookie stout. But it's a seasonal, and she's got the sweet stouts.
And that's a very dry stout. Or a porter. It's a dry.
192.
So they're very good consistency. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you ready?
What are you doing?
I just asked him, so you ready to start doing beer in the basement?
Oh, beer's great.
The conflict is there's so many companies that do it so well.
It's true.
It's a little arrogant to think that I'm gonna make a better beer in my basement.
You know, it's not better, but it's amazing.
Here's the hobby.
How good, and you can customize it so much. It's
Just keep tweaking.
Beer's like cooking. You know, you look at a great recipe and then you can just like kind of tweak it up. You know. The wine's kind of bacon. Yeah.
Yes.
This ingredient.
Yes.
Not a lot of. Can be much more creative with beer.
Yeah.
It's a good way to look at it. A lot like go to a restaurant.
The food is fine. And just if you enjoy your meats, that is a place to go. But you Texas Deep Brazil.
Oh yeah.
But when you walk out of it, like in reverse coma, you're so much. It's just so good. You know, they're trying to bring around 13, 14 different meats for your plate.
My niece just worked.
Yeah, it is. Huh?
It's different. My niece just worked.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was World Weight. There's some stuff on there you won't find in most other bars in New York. So, oh yeah, and their cellar bars are 15 feet square. You just walk through it. Well, yeah, it's... And you try not to overindulge in cellar bars so that you're ready when you start cooking. It's hard not to. It's so good. Well, it's a treat. You go there, you expect by the time you get done there between that and a couple of bottles of wine, goes about $100 a body.
Yeah, we're going beginning of February. We've got a couples outing. We've never been. We have 2 kids.
Yeah.
We've never been.
To Texas, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. My first one was in Orlando, and then a couple in Chicago, and right.
Now I'm excited about Hofbrauhaus.
Yeah. Yeah.
When's that supposed to be open?
Well, if you look
Did
at
you
the...
want to try another beer?
Right, I thought the original said like 2017. Now it's probably 2018.
It's easily 2018. It's probably more 2019.
Yeah.
They really haven't started anything at all.
Yeah.
I was
Another
buying into the stock.
Yeah.
Investor.
Right.
And some of the numbers were just too skewed.
We'll give this one a try. This is a little,
Yeah.
this is different. In your opinion
But,
on
I mean, it was
this, we've
after-
got mixed opinions in the house.
Raised about
It's a double IPA.
about 2 million. So if you're selling some, that's 200 shares.
Yeah, we were just in Munich,
Yeah. You can mix
and we went to Hofbrauhaus,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
And if it could be that,
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
like if you could
supposed
if
to
you could
be.
get that
Yeah.
beer, that'd be phenomenal.
Oh yeah. No, the Hofbrauhaus there that's a lot of fun. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, and a couple of the flavors I was eating some Buffalo flavor.
Oh yeah.
Like this would
Yeah.
go over killer in Buffalo.
Sure.
Right, and like
That was
this.
so good. But the crunch on the knuckle and they do a nice braising on that. Oh, that's so good.
Right, like people in Buffalo would love this.
Mhm.
It matches all of our favorite things.
Gotcha.
And the only thing that's going to ruin it is if you have private tables and
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. No, it's got to be. It's got to be. There's got to be an area set up for Stuntosh, and then you got to have an area that's all nothing but large.
or just you can
beer
sit
house
down
tables.
anywhere and someone
Yeah.
comes up and
Sits down next to you.
Yep.
You bet. Yep.
If they can handle that beer, I'm in.
Yeah. There's
Yeah, if you don't want it, it's like,
in
yeah,
the country.
there's a lot of people that's like,
So
oh.
I guess you
And then
have
all
to
they
look
put
indoors
on-
and see how they've got
Yeah,
their set
Yeah,
up.
I've never been to any of that ones.
Me either. I was going to attempt to go someplace. Maybe we should.
Right? It'd be a fun trip. Go to a Hofbrauhaus in the United States. You ever gone to one in the United States here?
Yeah,
Yeah?
There's-
yeah, Vegas.
Was it?
You got one in Vegas. You got one in.
Can you just sit anywhere? Is it beer hall seating?
Yeah.
Because if it's not, I don't want it here.
Oh, I'm
Beer
gonna
hall
stay
long
seated.
tables and you
Oh,
sit
yeah.
next to one.
Just sit down.
Stuff.
Although what was nice about the one in Munich is no one spoke the same language.
No, that's for sure.
Where-
That's for sure. Yeah.
I'm doing my best to try German, and the guy across me is doing his best to do English, and we're
Yeah.
trying to have a conversation.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's maybe we should do that.
It's supposed to open in Buffalo.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, when is it supposed to?
Yeah.
It's according to its investment documents, spring of 18. They just closed it. They just closed off investment dollars for the last still got to wash it as well.
All right.
Here's
what we're doing.
And those are choices.
We're at 196. We're getting there. We're close to a bowl.
Actually, the guy who's brewing
So here.
the team off of Solution is the same guy who owns the
So here's what we're looking at. With a Grainfather, you're going to need a hop spider. This is the Mangrove Jack hop spider, and I've been having issues with it because it's one extra thing to clean. So I went to Values and got these elastic top strainers, 1 gallon bucket strainers for paint. Okay, this is what you would use if you're going to use a paint sprayer and you want to strain to make sure that you're not getting any chunks in there. So it's an elastic top, 1 gallon. You throw it in here. And then take the elastic top, put it on the top. So, there you go. Your hop spider is holding it open for you. Okay? But the strainer is making sure nothing is actually sticking to the sides of the hop spider. Makes cleaning a lot easier. So, I'm going to throw that here. Good. And we're in the boil. We're still waiting on it. But that's alright. We're up at 196. We're going to throw the hops in. We're going to treat this as part of our boil here. And the thing about that is you want to scoop the bottom a little bit, so I have my big ass spoon here today. I'm going to take the bottom of the Grainfather a little bit and make sure to get the bottom of that clean, because if you keep the bottom burner clean, it's going to come up to temperature a lot quicker.
Pop in my office.
So here's what we're doing.
I'll call you within 25 minutes and come over
And
to
Lisa
place.
makes that. And she makes that.
Right?
She's actually a brewer at Dyson. And
Yep.
the beers that she likes, she's originally personal.
So 1.5 ounces of East Kent Golding.
This is by Two Roads. It's too juicy.
Too juicy.
Who makes that?
Did a collaboration.
Here. Come with me here. Again, I'm using the Anvil Brewing Products scalp. So here.
Oh, of theirs. Okay.
There we are. We want 1.5 ounces.
Real?
So my Anvil Brewing Products, we want ounces.
This is 8.2%.
So we're in grams right now. Ounces. We don't want 1.5. So pellets here should be 1.
Well, I live so close to brewing products, so it's like, what can I
Come on.
Dinner last night. I decided she wanted to. I took her myself. So Ben said she wanted just one more.
just
So put 1.
Your sister
Slightly more. And going for 1.5 here.
yeah.
3. 1.47. 1.49. It's gonna be about good enough. Let's throw one more on there. One more pellet.
What's on you guys?
Alright. You guys want to smell hops?
Yeah.
Smell. Family.
Pellets.
Yep. So the East Kent Golding are going in. We leave 1 hour before we start cooling.
Little flowery kind of looking.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
What do you mean?
Like when you grow them, don't they look like this?
Yeah, and then they're going to dry them out just a little bit, crush them, and then put them through an extruder.
And then make some of the pellets. Yeah, you can either use them in your or start your wood burner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or feed the horses or.
So take it your temperature is getting up?
We're almost there. It's going to be a short boil.
Did you
Well,
do anything
it
to
doesn't need
enhance
to be
it?
a long one.
It doesn't have to be. Not for a start. It'll be fine.
just one boil before.
Well, depends. If you have,
I haven't had one to find out of him yet.
well, no, it depends on what kind of style you're making. All right, I'll just answer everything based on the style.
Okay.
There's no
If you're doing
malt
an
in here.
IPA, you're going to be boiling a lot longer than you would stout or
Okay.
porter.
Yeah. The lighter the malt, the longer you're going to want to boil up to like 90 minutes.
The lighter the malt.
Yeah.
And lighter the flavor, the
Lighter the flavor and literal color.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep. And an IPA, you're going to want you want to have that hop schedule. So you need the 60 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Otherwise, you're not going to get any
Can I try
bitterness.
something?
With something like a stout, I'm not caring about bitterness or flavor. As long as I get past 20 minutes to get past my flavor and I'll
Like
get more
IPA?
towards bittering. That's all I really want out of these hops.
Sure.
Okay.
If I were doing a complete Pilsner with all Pilsner malt, which is a type of malt, and it's very light, if I didn't boil off enough, it has compounds in there that
It's
will
the,
eventually start to taste like cream corn or cabbage. So you need to boil a lot. This doesn't have as many of those,
This 42
So-
hours societal.
I can cut the boil a little bit.
It's the agent.
Give it a half an hour or 30 minutes.
That'll do it.
It gives it that real nice dryness.
If it comes out terrible, I drink it at the house. If it comes out great, I'll put it in a condenser.
They do season.
And I won't tell anyone that I skimped on the boil.
Business down by the new solar city.
Oh, okay. I have,
Although I am live on YouTube,
a lot of IPAs, you know, and I couldn't go
so
on,
they
but I
would
do
know
have a really cool
if they watched.
I just work stuff.
So we're going to shorten the boil on the stout here. So that Wendy can close on time and everything's done.
Actually, as I was walking in there, what you heard me doing was hungry and the guy.
What do you do?
This is a
Real
really
estate
easy
stuff.
drink.
Ah,
Very
Vote
light
going on
color.
right.
By single cuts, 5%.
In the area?
Buy, sell, trade,
Called,
yeah.
Yeah, right. Never get my wife into it.
Real estate? Yeah, it's different. It takes a different personality for it.
Yes.
You know, you gotta be one of those kind of guys who's not afraid to say,
Right, yeah.
I know you got this problem, you got that problem, you got that problem.
Right. Which makes it
doesn't care.
a real easy drink.
Somebody else is gonna pay.
It's got a little dryness on the back.
We were landlords for a little bit.
It's that exact thing.
Oh, good. We were landlords for a little bit. Yeah, we sold that house to buy the house that we're in now.
Yeah.
But our discussion is, do we keep it and just keep going?
You betcha.
Yeah, sure.
Obviously you didn't.
We didn't. No, right now she's thinking about redoing our house. Like, you know, if we look at our house, we could
It's got that
just go for a new house,
all one
and then rent out this one house.
It's
And
different.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to rent again.
Then you're not supposed to make sure you're dancing up here.
That's right. That's right. We're right next door. Which makes it nice. But that's the rub.
Yeah.
If we weren't,
Yeah.
it'd be a lot easier to
Gotcha.
see. We're at 2:02. We're gonna be out of here by 6. It's gonna happen. Make sure.
He's been doing extract, so he was just wondering what
Oh
this
yeah,
is all about.
this is the perfect step up from extract. Just because everything is in the one unit. Here's the grains here. Steep the grains, and then everything after steeping the grains is extract. It's exactly the same. But the big, well, I suppose it's an investment. But the big thing going between extract and all grain is the money for equipment. So,
You can see that.
yeah, pretty much.
Plastic buckets don't cost much.
Yeah, exactly.
Boiling in stainless steel stoves is not that difficult.
Not at all. We did, at the house we did 4 batches extract. before I took the cooler in the garage. I'm like, I'll make this into a mash tun and bought some copper and then did that. And I'll tell you that the quality of the beer dipped. Took a real hit right away going from track because I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, it's a learning process.
Yeah.
I mean, you can read the directions, but it's not the same as doing it.
Yeah. Like I made a bunch of really bad beers. My homebrew club will attest to that. I made a bunch of really terrible beers.
I haven't had one not come out yet from extract, but I had one that was a little undercarbonated for some reason. Don't understand why.
Yeah.
I found that the directions tell you a certain number of tablespoons of sugar, and I found that I've always got to have a little more than that.
Yeah.
Or else you just don't get the hit at all. It tastes a little bit flat.
Yeah. So we only bottled 2 batches though, because I would have given up on home brewing had I kept bottling. But we found some kegs on the side of the road. Got pretty lucky on that. And I already had a grater at the house. Just putting commercial kegs into it, so we found some pop kegs on the side of the road. 5 of them.
Yeah.
So we went to kegging pretty quick, and that kept me into it.
Yeah, because it's a lot easier than bottling.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
bottling took so long.
I usually run my bottles through the dishwasher and just
Yeah.
put the sanitizer in that.
Yeah, we did too.
And it heats it up and it's all done.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's baking the bottles and that works fine.
Yep, no problems you've had?
No,
Yeah.
not warm.
Nice. There's my big ass one. But yeah, going from extract to all grain, all you need is a bigger pot, big enough to do a full boil.
So this is like a percolator almost? Like a
Yeah.
percolator?
Yeah.
And you force it in the water through it.
So this fits in there, all the grains get dumped in, you steep it, bring it up, let it drain.
Right. Which is what you just finished doing not long
Yeah.
ago.
And like I said, at this point it's an extract beer. There's no difference.
Right.
Do an extract in this.
Where are your sugars coming from?
From the grains.
From the grains, okay.
Yep, they got
What
rinsed down.
is this here?
Hops.
Hops? Oh, you got certain...
Yeah, my hop spider.
Oh, okay. So it's the same as doing the grains on this batch to immerse your hops in.
And that's my addition. This to come with the system. I didn't want anything getting sucked up into the pump. So I used a hop spider, just this piece of metal, and then this came from Value. It's a 1 gallon bag, so I don't have to clean the hop spider. I still will have to, but not as much.
So yeah,
I have all the hot material. in there.
any kind of colander is a pain in the ass to clean.
Yes, it is.
That's always the thermostat issue.
That your cooling place?
Yep, it's going to send the wort through it in one direction, and there's an outer tube. So the wort's going through this way, and the outer tube is sending cold water across it in the opposite direction. So it's
From the
going to
spigot?
cool. Yeah, it's going to cool in about 15 minutes total.
On a day like today,
Oh yeah.
I shovel some snow into the tub in the basement.
Yeah.
And that's what I use.
Yeah, we've done that too.
When I have snow outside, I use the snow rather than buy bags of ice.
Yeah. Just the groundwater temperature is going to be so cold.
Yeah.
It'll drop it immediately.
Especially two's inside the tube.
Yeah. Plus, I'm not pitching this tonight. So I'll get it into the fermenter. I'll get it into my car. And if I have to, I'll leave it in my car overnight.
Well, it makes the store smell good, I'll tell you.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. This is very similar.
So this one, cold water goes through it, and then this just goes in. So no beer ever goes through this. And I have this, and for $70, no one should do this. This is hers. For $70, you can get a much nicer 50-foot chiller instead of 25, or even a 75-foot chiller. In price. And chill your beer up a lot. We used this one every 2 years.
You know
Still
what?
have it.
Heating up the water, cooling it down.
So you bought one
3
somewhere
hours.
else specifically made it up?
No, I bought it.
Because you need to boil it for an hour.
I mean, I bought this
The longest time
exact
is
one.
usually like heating up the water. So if you're
And it's
gas,
terrible.
it's like, it's a lot
Yeah,
faster.
sure.
It just depends on that. So you could probably do it in a couple hours.
Yeah, the
but
one I
the
use now is
longest time
Hydra, Jaded Hydra, and it's 3 of these
heating it, or you're just cooling it
in
down.
one coil. So it's compact, it's
Obviously,
325 inches, or
Would be the
325
longest.
foot coils in one.
Stores is usually a guest store.
That's a beer kit. Are they doing beer?
I am.
Oh,
This is his, yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Which one's what's the kit?
English pale.
Go back from stouts to pails.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the stout.
Take care.
Yeah.
I thought you took the leap to beer already.
I was just saying, yeah, I'm aggressive, not that aggressive. No, actually, yeah, I guess before I probably get into beer, remodel the basement right now at home. That's gonna be nice things to clean the bar. But this one just said gas. But the idea of, just gas and it's from gas stove down there.
So the pot never boils.
Once.
Of course.
In my house, I just sit there,
Stop
or I
watching
just
it.
go upstairs and wait until my grandfather.
Because he has a.
Oh,
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
And then I
Oh,
come
jeez.
downstairs and do what I have to do, and then go back upstairs, play with the kids.
I'm fucking system like that.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Says time to add the hops.
Yeah.
Add the hops.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for starting.
Yeah. Good stuff. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you.
What were you talking about?
Did we do labels for that one? I mean, I've got
Am I
like
supposed to?
I got 3 or 4 of them to get done. So
Okay.
I didn't push the issue because I was going to probably try to get the rest of
Okay.
them all at one time. So
Gonna stop in or call me or?
I've got to call it.
Okay, yeah, all right, do that.
This last thing. Station out.
Yeah. And,
Use it for money, but for next juice. Juice, start worrying about it. It's a much longer time frame, but it doesn't matter. Thank you.
Do you wanna, here's a, this is a, toasted marshmallow. I was a kid, and I thought it was sounded gross. The customer told me, it was like, oh, that's really good. It's neat.
Yeah.
Much more than the other one.
Really punch.
This is, yeah, it's a ruby port. It's a pale port. And, yeah, it's just flavored with the toasted marshmallow. So it's about, it's about 80%.
Yeah. That's why they go for a bomb.
Yep, definitely a little dessert.
No question.
What they do is they go through a double fermentation. So they start off with about like a 12 to 14% pale. And then what they do is they do, after you get it going, after you start fermenting, they add additional sugars to it. And that beefs up the alcohol. Because if you start off with a really strong,
All right, so here's what I'm doing.
the yeast couldn't, it would be
Throwing the lid on
strangled.
again to help
Yeah, it
keep
would
the,
be,
the
you know,
heat
it wouldn't
in.
be able to- right, exactly. It wouldn't be able
Because it's taking a long
produce
time to get up to a
what's
boil.
supposed to be known as alcohol. So when you get it started, then you start adding.
Once it hits a
sugar.
rolling boil, I'll take it off.
Afterwards, like after a few days, you start
Because we let
and it starts to
the
be
evaporative process. We want to let things evaporate off.
10 to 20%. Yeah, the sweet, what we usually do with kits like that is what we do is we
That's what's going on.
stabilize them after they're done fermenting. We use a real strong yeast, a champagne style yeast, and because it's just, it can tolerate a lot of sugar. And then after it's done fermenting, we stabilize it with potassium glycol, potassium sorbate. And once, yes, both. And then once that's stabilized, we can add an additional sugar and juice to it to make that And with that one, they added toasted marshmallow flavor. And this way, once it's stabilized, you can't ferment anymore. And this way, it gets that sweetness to it.
And your potassium sulfide is basically used to kill it. And then what is to keep it from coming back around.
Really please.
Okay.
What it does is that after it's done fermenting, there's a lot of possible. There's chance for bacteria to grow.
Sure.
So that knocks that out. It does make an unfriendly environment for any yeast to continue to ferment, but it doesn't. Right. Yeah. It doesn't prevent re-fermentation. Okay. So if there's some rogue yeast in there, and then you add it would take off again. So that's why we add potassium sorbate.
Gotcha.
That prevents it puts it in an environment where the yeast can't work.
Sure.
And just so you can sweeten it up. So we use some in conjunction with each other, especially with high alcohol and if we want to sweeten it up.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm never that stage yet. Yeah, but you're right. It's nice little dessert.
Yeah. Fireplace. Right.
Oh yeah, you betcha. So what's next? You're meeting one of my sales reps. You just go down to Southwest and cross one. Huh? Shandy River. Box in there, so.
He did when we were working on the Shandy River.
Yeah.
My son took all the photographs of the Shandy Rivers because they had all the Shandy Rivers. So we took the photographs of them and had them merged, and those are all the headboards in the hotel.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Actually, I've been in all the rooms, but I've never looked.
Well, all the rooms have they're black and white pictures of the rivers.
That Shandy River entrance is just. It's huge. Oh, yeah.
Yep. And my son's photographed the younger generation.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank
you very much. Good night. You too, please. Scott, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you guys.
An absolute pleasure.
Scott's not hiding. He's tethered to the screen.
Right?
Yeah, send me an email, Scott, and I'll look up the labels for you.
Yeah, actually, what I need to do is go downstairs and see which ones I
Okay,
have.
no problem.
So that, and what I'll make is I'll just send you emails saying, here's what I find pretty labels that work for it.
I'll do that. Yeah, not a problem.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'm very good at decorating, and that is I'm not very good at. So.
Not a problem. That's what we're here for.
So check 212. All right. So we're at 212. That's hot. Whew. All right, going on a 20-minute boil. And then see how it goes. people watching. We're going 20-minute boil and seeing how it does in a competition. Now I'm going to enter it in a competition after a 20-minute boil. I've never gotten a score less than a 30. Might be the
No.
Wouldn't it be funny if it gets a 40? Never gotten a beer get a 40 either.
Hey, pick that up.
Right? YouTube, you're watching this. 20-minute boil.
A perfect beer in the making.
That's right. It's a 50. It's a 49 or 50. So has it started the countdown? So you can see the boil that I'm getting out of here. It's more of a simmer than anything if you're watching that. There.
That smells good. It does. It smells nice. Yeah, it does. A little kinked. And loop it under here. Oh my God, it's so cold.
I know. It's going to help. It's going to be good.
Here. No, you just want to get it under.
Thank you.
Oh, it's ice. Where'd the ice come from?
Was there ice in there?
Was it from the hose?
Maybe.
Okay. It's ice. Awesome.
I want that to be open this time. start cleaning. So in here for a sec. And
Did you get them too juicy?
we'll dump this? No. I didn't take a reading on this either.
Oh. Do you need a hydrometer?
No, I've got one. I've got a refractometer here.
I've got one, I just didn't do it.
Right? Curious. Since I'm going with a short boil. Curious if I'm going to be way off.
I mean, you've got a whole hour, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. I want to make sure I get everything down.
And plus on top of it,
Cameras.
you can stay
Get
pissed.
everything down. Looking for an OG of 1062. You hear that, YouTube? Going for an OG of 1062. We're gonna see what we got here. Quick stir. Come off the bottom here. Okay, refractometer says. That's not too bad. I'm already at 1057.
Really?
Supposed to be 1062 post boil. I'll give it the 15 minutes and see what comes out. Here. You know what? I want you to watch this. I'm going to flip the cameras for a second. There we go. Got a bucket here. Good. And we're going to dump the grains from the grain pipe into the bucket, take the bucket home. Obviously take everything home, but here we go. That's one of the nice things here is that this is now empty of grains. I'll have to rinse it out, obviously, but it's empty of grains. And all my grains are right here. And sorry about that. A little bit on the floor, my bad. But they're all there. They're dry. I mean, they're not soaked at least. They're moist. Last time you bring a demonstration in here, I know.
All is good. It'll dry out.
I like it. She's like, why are you so nervous? I'm like, I don't know how it's going to fit in this space. Don't you have that kitchen? No. No. Like that.
Great idea.
And you know what? To be honest, I talked about it over. It's like, that was awesome. I mean, for people that I know, you're bringing people on a roof.
Yeah.
That's intense.
The tower there, yeah. Wasn't
Yeah. So, I'm like, that's not going in my house.
like, just give him a stove. One stove.
Look at those two lights, which will even actually ask help customers. I'm like, no, I just like my little pot on the stove.
Yeah. You still have to throw in the lactose. Because a non-fermentable sugar is going to make it a sweet stout. And might raise the OG. Stir as it's going in. Scrape in the bottom. Alright, lactose is in. Whole pound of it as per recipe. Got 15 more minutes on this boil. Or 11 more minutes on the boil, I should say. Trinity Red, does that sound right? Going at the house right now?
I love Trinity Red. One of my favorite wines.
Trinity Red. Truthfully, it's been in the Testament a little longer now. I think we threw it in September, maybe October.
Did you stabilize it? Oh.
Ooh, easy ass beer kill.
Those are just like the pre-hopped, like the muttons.
Yeah.
But you know how I created those was because I would get a whole rack was filled with the muttons. Then people would have to buy the extra beer meat, they would have to, you know, they would buy the caps, the sugar and everything. So I just kind of like combined it all.
Nice. It's pre-hop stuff.
I used, yeah.
My neighbor does pre-hop stuff. I know something. They're like, oh yeah, we make beer. I'm like, oh, cool, what is that? It's like, oh, we just...
And they're like, making a like cracker mix.
Yeah.
Calling yourself a baker. Yeah.
I need about four extract batches before going all grain.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way with cooking. I want to do it the right way. If I'm going to make something, I want to make something. Welcome to my house. 508. You watching YouTube? 508. 15-minute boil on this one. We're fine. $10.65 with the lactose.
Wow.
Yeah, we overshot. It's good.
Or is it double grain?
Yeah, right?
What's the difference? But that's cool because a lot of people feel that the brew in the bag doesn't get the efficiency.
Yeah, and this does for
And
sure.
It's nice that the Grainfather can do it.
He has overshot a lot of my beers on here, and I wonder if it's water additions, just upping the efficiency. Because I don't make anything without adjusting the water.
Yeah. Well, it all plays a part, that's for sure. But equipment is huge.
That's 511, and I'm curious. I am curious. So here's what we're doing. We're going to start the cooling. Okay, hop spider. It's going to go into my mash pipe here to drain out into the onto the floor. So that can drain there. Alright. This heat is going off. We're going to start recirculating. Right here. 1, 2, 3. All right. So the beer comes through here. And this goes back in the middle. Just like that. Hot water exits into here. And this goes here. Good. This goes here. All right. Alright, so we are recirculating through the counterflow chiller. All temperatures down to 187, 186, 185, 184. It dropped through the counterflow. Morning. Doing well, thank you. You?
Good. You say morning.
I always say morning.
It's morning time?
It's always morning. 180. So the counterflow works extremely quickly. 179. 178. 177.
About the juices, and I've never done the fresh juice.
And I'm about to turn this off so that I can dump this this bucket here. But after a couple of times through here, I'm going to run it directly into the fermenter, and I'll let you know the temperature as it hits the fermenter.
Yeah, it was. I thought I was kind of looking for it here.
Yeah, I'm out of that.
Because the temperature in here at 169 already, 168, the temperature in here through the counterflow chiller, this is one of the best parts about this, is the included counterflow chiller. The temperature in here, in the included counterflow chiller, is much, much
Oh,
less.
absolutely. Hey, Gibbs.
So who's he talking to himself?
Talking to YouTube.
He's on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube.
What's your first name?
Peter?
Do you want the green box? The
You know, what's the difference? What's the difference?
The green box one, those are 79, and the other ones run like 7.
Whatever the, I guess the lower end.
Oh.
70. That's a good.
Yeah.
So pumpkin.
Okay. King Charles Cavalier?
Yeah, absolutely. What's your phone number, Peter?
923-5168.
I'll give you a call on Wednesday when they can send
That's when you anticipated?
Oh yeah, no,
Sure.
it'll be in. The
Okay.
truck comes in, we just aren't sure what time it comes
That's
in,
fine.
but it'll be here Wednesday, and then you can pick it, we'll hold it for you.
Okay.
And then you can pick it up whenever.
Okay, sounds
All right.
good.
Take care. Gabby, did you wake up? Did you wake up from your long winter's nap?
162, 161, 160, 159. Again, this is the temperature inside the Grainfather, not the temperature of the beer coming out at the end of the counterflow chiller. 157, 156. The temperature of the beer coming out, or the wort coming out at the end of the counterflow chiller is significantly less. So after running this through a couple of hours, we can send it right into the fermenter, which is the catalyst over there. And we'll be at pitchable temperatures. in very little time.
And what's in the spray bottle?
Star sand?
Yay.
$147, $146.
Sweet.
145, 144. Again, that's the temperature inside the Grainfather, not the temperature that would be coming out the counterflow. 142. The output of the counterflow is cool to the touch. So I'm going to empty this and do it one more time, and this time I'm going right into the fermenter. Last time. Alright. This time, we're taking the output of the counterflow on the still line. Taking the output of the counterflow, putting it into catalyst. There we go. And water. Good. Turn on the pump. All right. You see that? Filling the catalyst.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Got you a gift. That's so big to us. Probably high. It goes really good. 40%. Nice sweet, peppery on the front with a very mild chocolate on the back. Here's my shopping list.
Your spirals have been ordered.
Okay. That was on there.
Oh my god.
Those are handy ingredients for everything that we do.
When do you want this?
I'm not in a hurry. I just want to get it all together once I have it all together.
Is that like the flake?
Yeah, flake maize will be fine.
Because I have 25 pounds of that. But in the meat, you want flake, or you want fried sugar and white meat?
White American meat.
Do you need a copy of this?
Least flavorful. It looks like a copy.
You want a copy?
Should I just wait till you have it all together and I'll
Barley is 2 row.
That's the only thing I don't have. Yeah. I can order like 2 50-pound bags.
That's fine. I'll just make it 100.
I mean, yeah.
Just make it 100.
Okay.
I'll buy it 100. So I'm gonna break it.
It'll be in next one. The sparkles will be in, is that good?
You just want to put together a whole kit for me, and then just I'll come and pay for it all.
Okay. Wheat, you wanted American?
Yes.
Right.
And that's just 2 row barley. As I have 8 pounds at home, for all these recipes I only need 9.
Okay, what's this barrel on the bottom?
That's the spirals.
Oh.
Those are those little packets, individuals?
Oh, is that what you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got them over there. How many do you need?
Oh, you got a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab your number 3s here. I was thinking I have, these each do a 750 milliliter. I got a 2.5 gallon barrel. So that's.
Do you just want to use the big ones?
Is these fit in there?
Oh.
I'm going to tie them all together.
Okay.
What do you suggest for tying together? Just dental floss or fishing line? Just worried that the alcohol will eat the fishing line. And floss will be alright? What flavor floss?
Oh. A little minty freshness.
Yeah.
Morning.
What's going on?
Hey, no complaints. How you doing today?
Doing alright.
Well, why don't you just like put them in there?
I want to be able to take mine. And put new ones in. They'll probably break down again anyways. They usually do.
Okay, so how many do you want?
Of the steaks? You can cross that right off the list. I'm going to buy them now.
Okay.
Just because my barrel's getting shot now, trying
I'll make it
to make it last a little bit longer. I'll just buy 4 because I have 2
Yeah,
of
because
them.
I thought you wanted. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
You like cream soda? There's a microbrew cream soda called Virgil's. That's what I like best with it.
What is it called?
Virgil's cream
Okay.
soda. Yeah, I don't even know
Get
where
it
you
at-
can find. I saw it at Rite Aid.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, in a glass bottle. What? Cream soda would just like, or like, what you call it? A&W. It'll work just fine.
Oh, okay. It's toasted marshmallow port. Really bad base. You have to just teeny size.
So we're gonna whisk it down. Between the fermented
Well, those were the staves.
and counterflow output.
I know. No.
Look at these chips I saw. Whiskey barrel.
Those are all like flavored with yeah, whiskey.
Just gonna read these.
Sure. Take your time.
Oh, this is for make for beer.
Oh my god, that was so smooth.
Right? And that's somewhere around 40-42%.
Nice call.
Yep.
Try something?
Yeah, what do you got?
My list.
It's clear. What is this? Hold on.
My list.
Smells good. Essential oils.
Close it.
That's
What? Essential oils.
very good. Wine.
They served it for their wedding.
Yeah. Look at kind of what fun.
It was crazy. They did come work almost and 6 of them were in the truck. All of them they went so fast.
Right, there were some weddings I get it blue light.
Yeah, this was a bad gift. I did it as my wedding gift to my friend.
Alright.
So Wednesday, you got my number.
Yes, I do.
Enjoy that.
Alright, thank you so
Good
much.
night. Yep.
Take care.
See ya.
Yeah. YouTube, I'm officially turning it off here. Just so you know, YouTube. Turn it off. I'm going to finish putting that in the fermenter. I'm going to take it home. I'm going to ferment it at 68 and check out West New York Brews on YouTube, and I'll keep it going.